Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show brought to you by BetUS. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my fellow colleague from PewterReport.com, Josh Queipo. It's Bucs versus Eagles. It's a big-time game. It's a bounce-back game for the Buccaneers as well. Josh, how you doing, my friend?
I am well, Matt. I am very well. It's good to get some football finally on the television. So I missed Bama, Georgia last night, and apparently it was a pretty good game. So
Oh, my God. It was the game. It was the game of the century.
I was literally reading a book.
Oh, my God. Well, was it a good book?
It's a fantastic book. My favorite.
Nice.
So, oh, wow. Okay. And we're off.
Yeah. Bucs getting the kickoff first. Looked like it was going out of bounds for a second. Josh, I'm going to pause my TV very briefly because I think I'm like a couple of seconds ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, they're showing Baker coming on. Chris Godwin's high-fiving everyone. So
yep, I got cool. That.
All right. Hello to all the Pewter people. So glad you could join us today for this game, and we'll see how the Bucs do. Remember, the first two games, they got the ball first as Baker Mayfield pump fakes, throws, and it's caught by Mike Evans. Look at that. Mike Evans getting involved in the offense, Josh.
Yeah. You know, what was interesting last week is the Bucs moved Evans around a lot. They didn't just isolate him on this solo side on 3x1s. They actually put him a lot of the time into the concept, even though he wasn't necessarily the first read. And then with Baker pulling the ball down a lot and just not being able to get comfortable and really get through his reads, Evans was just never able to get into the game. So good to see them doing that to begin with here.
Now a handoff with Rachaad White, who was questionable to play with an illness, but hey, Rachaad looking good on this run for about 15 yards, maybe even more. Now he's fired up. He's yelling. He's screaming at Reed Blankenship. Being
hey, Matt.
I'm going to put, yeah, hello.
I'll give you one guess as to what type of run that was.
Was that a gap?
It was a gap run. Go figure.
Look at that. The Bucs are figuring it out. The Bucs are off and running. Literally. Baker to Trey Palmer. I see what they did there. As we all remember, Trey Palmer had a great touchdown against the Eagles and was really more catch and run than anything else. I wonder if that was specifically designed today to be like, hey, let's get him the ball. Yes, he was like probably not the first option, but hey, let's get him the ball in space. See if he can make more guys miss.
Yeah, I think it's partly that. It's also the Eagles have a new defensive coordinator this year in Vic Fangio.
Vic Fangio, yep.
Fangio loves to run soft zones, not unlike Todd Bowles, just not with the same pressure added on top. So you're going to see a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 4, which means the flats should be something that the Bucs can take advantage of. And they go right out to Bucky Irving to the flat. Looks like he gets a first down there. So early, they're trying to exploit this Fangio cover 3, cover 4 defense.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark Bucky a little short, but nonetheless still a productive play and probably a bad spot by the referee as well. But yeah, both people getting involved early. People, I mean running backs. Oh my God. Sorry, folks. Bucs go play action. Chris Godwin's open. Not the best throw by Baker Mayfield, but the job gets done, and it's a first down for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, speed out. Ideally, the ball placement on that's going to be a much higher velocity throw.
Yeah,
that doesn't cause Godwin to have to basically twist back inside. It would lead to his outside shoulder and allow him to turn upfield towards the sidelines there. But I'm really liking the play calling from Cohen so far.
Agreed.
Ooh. Looks like the Eagles saw that screen coming. I'm not sure who it was, the slot defender there, who was able to kind of get in the path of the ball and just make it a difficult catch for Rachaad White there.
Almost looked like a block in the back, too. But
yeah.
Bucs get unscathed in that area. 2nd and 10 coming up for Tampa Bay. 11:38 to go in the first quarter. Trey Palmer goes in motion. They swing it out to Trey Palmer. Some blocking by Mike Evans and I think Sterling Shepard as well on that play. Make it a 3rd and quite short. What are you typing?
I was tweeting. I'll be very honest.
Gotcha. Oh, tip pass. Oh, my goodness. Holy smokes, Rachaad White. Is this a statement game for Rachaad White? He's probably heard the noise. Everybody wants Bucky. Don't forget about Rachaad White. Bam. Tipped at the line of scrimmage.
The concentration and the hand-eye coordination, twisting his body around, finding the first down. He's a contortionist out in space, is really what he is.
Oh, I had Chris Godwin an anytime touchdown. Godwin gets close to the goal line. Maybe the Bucs will get a rushing touchdown besides, obviously, Baker Mayfield.
I could use a Rachaad White rushing touchdown completely selfishly in fantasy.
Hell yeah.
I could also use a Chris Godwin touchdown completely.
I did not check any of my lineups.
Well, it does not look like a White touchdown will be on this particular play. Bucky Irving is in.
Yes. It is guaranteed Rachaad White will not score on this play. Baker has time, throwing to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Mike Evans. Thank heavens, baby. Thank heavens for Mike Evans. As that video played, there, I guess, is a neighbor of mine living close that I guess just saw the Mike Evans touchdown and just screamed, F yeah, baby, F yeah, baby, F yeah. So people are fired up nonetheless. The extra point by Chase McLaughlin is good. And the Bucs are up 7-0 early in this game. And they broke the streak, Josh. That's the first opening
touchdown on the opening drive.
In I think 24 games or whatever it is. Also, we have to give a big time congrats to Mike Evans because with that touchdown, Mike Evans just became the Bucs' new all-time leading scorer. Yes, let's clap it up. Clap it up for Mike Evans. 596 points. That's a lot of touchdowns. And because Mike Evans, last time I checked, is not a kicker, so he's not getting anything for field goals or extra points. These are all touchdowns. And Mike Evans, the all-time leader in points scored for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's a great person, great man, and just another
that brings up, I'd love to get your opinion on this because there's a lot of debate about this. A lot of people going back and forth. Obviously, Evans has the 1,000-yard season streak and whatnot. But do you think that he will eventually go into the Bucs Ring of Honor?
What kind of question is that? That one caught me off guard. I was getting ready to.
You were ready for the Hall of Fame, right? You were ready for that, and I caught you with the Ring of Honor. Rope-a-dope you.
You did.
Gosh. When we get back from the commercial break, we will also see the most controversial decision the Bucs made with regards to personnel this week, as I'm assuming Trenton Gill will be handling the kickoff in place of the inactive Jake Camarda.
Yeah, how's your ego feeling about that one?
I tweeted about it before the game. Trenton Gill was the second worst punter in the NFL last season, so I don't see this as an upgrade. I'm hoping it's just they felt like they needed to give Camarda like a wake up call, so they one game benching. They haven't released him, so
yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, I don't hate the move by any means. By the way, shout out to Chomping Doggo who says, "Let's go! Happy birthday, me!
Happy
birthday to you! Very happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to Pewter Report YouTube channel member and good friend of mine, Kyle Dugan, as well.
And
it's his birthday too. And
happy birthday to my best friend in the world for over 20 years now.
Oh hell yeah!
Fuentes, yes.
Yeah, he's been on the chat before.
He has.
Wow. We both have great friends that have birthdays today. That's so cool.
It was funny. His wife invited us out. So he moved to Georgia, actually, the other side of Atlanta, last year. And his wife surprised him by inviting me and my family out. They were at a pizza place called Johnny's Pizza. It's a New York style pizza.
Nice.
And didn't tell him about it. So we come walking in. He's already sat down. I'm like, and since his name's Johnny and the pizza place's name was Johnny's Pizza, I was like, when it's your birthday, they just naming places after you or what?
I like it. All right, 1st and 10. Eagles going to drop back.
Yeah, I got pressure.
Jalen Hurts has nowhere to go. Gap containment, throws it deep down the field and incomplete. Looking for Saquon Barkley. I think that's going to be kind of the notion all day today. Hey, no receivers open. Where's Saquon?
Yeah. That was a cover 3 look. The Bucs just did a great job of covering things up. Eventually, Joe Tryon-Shanka was the deep man. Not sure how he ended up with a deep third on that. I'm definitely going to have to rewatch that tomorrow. And Levante David stuffed Saquon Barkley on 2nd and 10 for no gain. And this is exactly where you want to put the Eagles with both their starting receivers out at the moment. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith both not playing. 3rd and 10, you're forcing Jalen Hurts to try and find somebody deep. This is working really well into the Bucs defense's hands. Eagles are going to go empty.
Yeah, 3rd and 10.
Bucs have 6 up on the line showing blitz.
Tyke Smith in the mix. Dallas Goedert makes the catch, but is very short of the first down marker in the Bucs.
That was Levante David and Zion McCollum coming together to make that tackle after Smith gets in on the slot blitz. And things, as bad as things were through the first 2 drives last week, Matt, they couldn't have gone any better through the first 2 drives this week.
I would say it's been going fantabulous. Do you know what that means?
I do. It's a verb I think I've used in not in verb. Is that an adjective?
Oh God. There's a flag. Oh, it's on the Eagles. I'm feeling 22. Not the best punt, but Trey Palmer's gonna have a no. All right, Bucs are going to commercial break. Josh, you mentioned something about kind of like a flaw that you saw from the Bucs in the first drive. Am I hearing that incorrectly?
A flaw?
Maybe I heard that wrong.
No, I was very complimentary of their first drive.
I typically try to find the bad in people, so that's probably where I'm going with that one. Just kidding. I try to find the good in people, but typically I sway bad because. Let's get through a couple of comments. Elmont87 says, Bucs getting good pressure that first drive. Yeah, Yaya was in the mix, made Jalen Hurts kind of scramble and throw on the run. Bucs fan says, so far the Eagles look like we did last week. Yeah. And Baby Boy 2 Dumb Man says, this has been most ideal start off a game that we could have asked for. Yeah, full agreement. It's been a job well done by Tampa Bay. And Lucas Batista, Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says Yaya should have got a sack. It'll come eventually.
Yep. Yaya is one of the top leaders in the NFL in pressures so far through the first 3 games. It just hasn't been able to convert one for the sack. I wonder if he'll get as much heat from the fan base as JTS did over his first couple years.
I mean, he should.
We got to be be fair about this, right? And then, but to go back to some of those comments, what'll be very interesting and what makes Vic Fangio's defenses very frustrating is the Bucs just need to continue to do what they did on the first drive, which is exploit the flats outside the numbers. That's where a cover 3, cover 4 heavy defense is most vulnerable. It's just very boring. Like, it's a lot of 4 to 8 yard gains. And ultimately, offenses and offensive coordinators try to take some shots. And that's where a Fangio-led defense can really create turnovers and put teams behind the sticks. But if Cohen can stay disciplined and continue to exploit those areas of the field, they should be able to sustain long drives, keep the ball out of the Eagles' offensive hands, and generate points. Chris Godwin in motion. Mayfield fakes play action and then hits Cade Otton on a crossing route for a first down. And Mayfield is now 9 of 10 for like 80 yards.
Yeah, he's been fantastic early on. Cade Otton, as you said, first down. He was in the mix last week and didn't provide anything, even though he had 7 catches. Good to see this week early on having a good moment in the game. Bucs go play action, swing past to Chris Godwin. He breaks the first tackle and heads all the way up the field. That was a terrific job by Chris Godwin.
Oh, and then very considerate of the Eagles staffer, making sure that she was okay and he didn't hurt her. All around great guy, that Chris Godwin.
Christopher Godwin.
And just jukes. I mean, he knew that the hit was coming and did a great job of securing the catch and then making just a subtle move to glance the tackle and continue upfield for an explosive. Now the Bucs will have 1st and 10 on the 36 of the Eagles.
Mayfield dropping back, looking to Mike Evans. It's caught, and he'll be tackled at the 20.
So we have praise be to Godwin, followed by thank heavens for Mike Evans on back-to-back plays. And, Matt, you saw Liam Cohen's media availability on Thursday. I watched it on playback later. 2 of the biggest takeaways I had on that is Cohen acknowledged the disparity in efficiency in the Bucs run game between gap and zone runs. We've seen more gap to start with. We just haven't seen a lot of runs because the other thing he said is he's got to be better about calling pass versus run. And you see a ton of passing to start this game. That's leading to a lot of positive offense. And then another what looked like a gap run for Bucky Irving there for 4 or 5 yards.
And Ben Bredesen lost his helmet on the play. That was pretty crazy. Ooh. It is ugly, rainy, and disgusting in New York City / New Jersey as the Jets take on the Denver Broncos. Anyway, 2nd and 6 for the Buccaneers. Baker gets a low snap. Throwing over the middle. It is caught. Trey Palmer. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Wow.
This guy woke up pissed off. I like the celebration being like, chill, everybody. And that, my friend Josh Queipo, is a Buccaneers touchdown. All I can say is hells to the yeah. Hells to the yeah.
Well, this is a good start.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of last week.
And you know the best part about it, Matt? The absolute best part about it is that if this
We're together.
Well, we are, yes. So second best part about this, if this continues and the Bucs end up winning this game, I know I'm saying this very early in the game, yourself, myself, Bailey, and Sly will all catch up to the great Scott Reynolds in our Pewter Report previews and predictions record.
That is true. And that's really the only reason why I work for Pewter Report is to get my predictions right. So, yeah.
Your prediction is the one that I tend to look out for the most just because you do so well.
Really?
Yeah, well, because you're so good at like your betting stuff. So I figure that has to translate into your Bucs predictions. So, which
I appreciate that. My title this game was Bucs win in a rock fight.
I like it.
Right now, it's been anything but a rock fight. It's been a beautiful ballet, I would say, by the Bucs offense.
Well, I also think I took the under on this game, and that's not looking so hot.
I took the under as well, but if the Bucs just pitch a shutout, I don't think they're going to score 43 points. They could score 38 for all I care.
But they could score 41 for all I care.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, would you like to, at the next commercial break, tell me how dumb some of my bets were?
Yeah, sure. It'll be a roast.
For my 30th birthday, I asked my brothers to do like a Comedy Central roast thing for me. And one of them was, it was so good. My wife has it somewhere on video. He put a full month worth of like time and energy into it, and it came out so good.
By the way, we have I would very much like to see that. We have a super chat from Hammy Actual. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. Who says, "Everybody keep that same energy from last week. That bowl should be fired." Blah blah blah.
I like that, Hammy. I like that a lot.
Yeah, great comment. Thank you for the super chat. Get rid of it. Oh boy. It's so weird seeing Tom Brady call the game. He's actually a lot. Not that is surprising, but he's like towering over Kevin Burkhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baker really showing up, Tom Brady. It's easy to get very emotional when things either are being fantastic or not going your way. So I understand like why people were very frustrated with how the game went last week. I mean, the Bucs did not show up. They got their ass kicked. But you have to keep in mind, as Dallas Goedert drops a pass with Christian Izzy blocking or guarding him.
Yeah, Diaby with pressure. Oh.
But yeah, it's important to understand the Bucs are not as bad as they were last week, and they're playing great right now. They're probably not as good as scoring a touchdown every single drive, but just enjoy the good times when you're in them.
Let the good times roll. The good
2nd and 10.
roll.
Not a lot of runs by Saquon Barkley today. By the way, Vita Vea is playing, which is very, very good for the Buccaneers.
I would say so. Earlier this week that the Bucs have, not necessarily for this game, but just in general with Cansey and Vea both out, that they actually miss Cansey more than Vea. But I think in this particular game, it may be the other way around, situationally.
Yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. 3rd and 7. See if the Bucs can get off the field again with another 3rd and 3. Great
There's
pressure by
Diaby
Yaya and
Vita
Vita with the sack. The knee has to be feeling nice. That's a sack for the Bucs. They get off the field once again, and we have a sack video. Sorry, Josh, you were about to say something?
Yeah, I thought Lane Johnson was out there, but that's actually Fred Johnson that Diaby is just owning right now.
By the way, I think I have to say something besides sack video because that just translates to porn. So not going to do that again. I broke him. Ladies and gentlemen, I broke him.
This one will not be going on the Instagram reel. I'm not going to try and drink that right now.
We're having fun. The Bucs are up 14-0. Baby boy 2 dumb man says if Vita didn't get him, JTS would have.
Yeah, the Bucs pass rush overall has just been dominant to start. Everything is playing into their hands because the Eagles basically have to start throwing the ball immediately, down 14-0. The Bucs can pin their ears back and really create some exotic and fun pressures. Fred Johnson is out there for Lane Johnson, and that is absolutely an advantage to the Bucs edge rushers. They're teeing off, and they're taking the Eagles' best player, Saquon Barkley, out of the game just by virtue of the situation.
Yeah, he's going to be even more out of the game as far as, hey, they're up 14-0. They could very much score on this drive. The Eagles are going to be in a situation where they can't run the ball anymore. And that was what they needed to do to win this game, especially with Smith and Brown out. We have a $5 super chat from Josh Ortiz. Thank you very much, Josh. We greatly appreciate that. As Josh says, Philly defense can't handle the heat in this Tampa kitchen or the Baker. Let's cook these birds. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Oh, we need to get the pony package today.
Yeah. Hopefully. Cohen hasn't even had.
But yeah, great comment, Josh Ortiz. Great comment, Josh Queipo as well. But thank you very much for the super chat.
Cool. The other thing that this does, Matt, if you were to grade out the different units on the Bucs defense, the defensive line, the linebackers, and the secondary, which would you say is the best group of the bunch?
Just in general or like today, right now?
In general.
In general, general, as some would say. Am I crazy to say the secondary? Because you got Anton and Jordan Whitehead. Zion looks fantastic. And, if your one issue is like Jamel Dean kind of being 50-50, I don't know. I mean, we spent 3 weeks talking about how the Bucs aren't getting sacks. So it can't be the D-line. I guess it is the interior a little bit, but yeah, I'll go with secondary.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And even with Winfield out, right? Like, because Isian's been playing well in his stead, obviously not to the same level, but well overall. Tyke Smith looks like he's going to be phenomenal. Like you said, Zion is probably top 10 corner in the NFL. And now it's forcing Philly to take a bad wide receiving crew with their top 2 out and putting it up against the Bucs' best unit.
It was an offsides penalty as well on the Eagles. So it's 1st and 5, and Rachaad White busts it outside, bust a move. As who sings that song? Or I probably not even sing.
MC Hammer?
I thought it was MC Hammer, but I know it's not because my mom loves the song "Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer.
Yeah.
And she also loves Bust a Move. A young MC, okay. She also loves Bust a Move, but yeah, I always knew growing up that they were not the same artist.
You got it. If you want it, baby.
Baby, you got it. Your best friend Harry had a brother Larry. Something.
I think it ends in scary.
Yeah, something like that. Scary. By the way, Simpsons Treehouse of Horror has to come out kind of soon. I think they still do that.
So last play, Baker Mayfield found Kate Otten over the middle for a 6-yard gain, setting the Bucs up for 2nd and 4.
Bucs call a timeout. Whoa, Nelly. They called a first half timeout. Pretty cool. Yeah, Justin says the timeout in the first half. I wouldn't believe it either.
Oh.
S. Tucker. Wow. Sean Tucker is watching. Thank you so much, Sean. Says, holy smoke, first quarter timeout. Bucs.
It's good to know that the Bucs' third string running back is paying attention.
Yes. Wow. Total yards. Bucs 172. Baker sacked. Oh, he almost lost the ball.
I don't think
And
this
somehow
Go right ahead.
Because somehow people are going to try to blame Justin School, even though it came on the right side. Baker kind of took a bad bump. You see how he smacked his head at the end?
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, Brandon Graham, that was a failure of the blocking scheme.
Yeah. I meant not great by how Baker was hit, not necessarily. Yeah. Baker throws over the middle, caught by Kate Otten, maybe? Nope.
Incomplete. No, they're saying incomplete. Otten had a fumble last week and couldn't hold on to this one. Something positive from that play, though, that I do want to point out. Pressure started to come from Baker's right. You saw him start to bail out of the pocket and want to scramble, much like he has done early this season. But instead, he reset his feet and he found Otten for what would have been a much bigger gain than anything he could have grabbed on the ground. Really good process by Baker.
This will be Gill's first punting attempt as a Buccaneer. Let's see how it goes. Inside the 20. Oh, my God.
That's not going to be good.
He just ran. What the hell? What the hell? What in the HE double hockey sticks? Oh, Aaron Rodgers is so close to running for a first down. Damn it. Yeah, Josh Hayes just I I can't even say it, but let's just say Cooper DeJean is one of a kind when it comes to the position that he plays, and Josh Hayes trying to take him out. Oh man.
But I don't.
My gut hurts laughing at that one. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think he's fully one of a kind, though.
Who else?
Riley Moss, Denver Broncos.
Yeah, all right, I stand corrected. He's one of a rare breed. How about that?
Very rare breed. Comes from the Jason Sehorn football tree.
Yes. By the way, it's Josh and I on the stream right now. On the back end, Scott Reynolds is just chowing down on popcorn. Damn it, he just put it down. I always want to just like add him onto the stream where like he doesn't notice and then take him off. If he chows down on popcorn later, we may have to do it. Or maybe he's hearing this right now and that's why he stopped eating popcorn. Callie Bucs just said, you guys aren't even realizing we were awarded the ball. Are they saying that it was legal for Josh Hayes to steamroll?
Yeah, apparently he was pushed and yeah.
All right, JJ Russell with the fumble recovery. This is great news for Tampa Bay. Holy smokes, what a game.
Wow.
Callie Bucs says he was pushed in the back. MJ RVI says, Bucs ball, baby. We are paying attention. Relax. It was a freakish play. Calm down. Even Angelina S. said, I didn't realize it at first. Pete said it'd be your own people sometimes. Oh, man. Baby boy 2 dumb man says, can't waste this gift.
No.
Bat W, a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says, this game is going our way big time. Yeah. The football gods are in the favor of the Bucs. Is that the new dog or the old dog?
No. That is the most tenured dog. She was we had a package delivered and she can sense anytime somebody's at the front door and loses her mind. Which, by the way, shameless plug for the stream here. We cannot keep this dog, this new dog. She's well trained. Oh. She's housebroken. She's a beautiful husky. Our lease doesn't allow for it, and our older pit boxer mix will not accept her. So if anybody is interested in a beautiful husky for free, I will deliver her to you as long as you are somewhere close. Like Florida is close to me.
Right. And as they pitch it to Bucky Irving, that's quite the kind gesture of you, Josh Queipo. Bucky Irving rushes it down for a first down and gets close to the end zone. Advanced Sports Talk wants to know how old.
She's adolescent, probably less than 2. Don't have all the details on her because honestly, we believe that she was abandoned by whatever home she was in. We found her wandering. She was not chipped. We tried to find that, or we took her to a vet and tried to find that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there was no chip, and so we've been taking care of her for the last 3 weeks. And we love her to death. We literally cannot keep her.
Right. Baker Mayfield is pumping up the crowd as the first quarter comes to a close. A raucous start for the Buccaneers after, let's just face it, they were terrible last week. They come out this week and are looking fan-freaking-tastic. So that's the end of the first quarter. I'm in a good mood. The only thing that could put me in a better mood would be if I was going on a cruise like the Tampa Bay Bucs cruise.
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course we're playing pool volleyball.
Hey, we on the Bucs cruise, of course. Anytime I say Tampa, they will say Bay. Tampa! Hey! Tampa! Hey! Tampa! Hey!
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course, I've got my Super Bowl 37 hardware. What do you think?
We're on the Bucs cruise, and of course we had a pirate night. Arr!
Arr!
That's right, folks. Join the fun with hundreds of Bucs fans on the third annual Tampa Bay Bucs cruise. It is setting sail March 7th through the 10th in 2025 on the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette ship. It's a 3-night cruise that begins in Fort Lauderdale and visits Key West and Bimini in the Bahamas. Last year's cruise had Rashad White, Luke Gedeke, Kate Otten, Jamel Dean, Christian Izzy, and Greg Gaines, Super Bowl 37 MVP Dexter Jackson, Hall of Famer Warren Sapp, the voice of the Bucs, Gene Deckerhoff, and even more. Those confirmed for this year includes Yaya Diaby, Jordan Whitehead, and Hall of Famer and Bucs Ring of Honor member Derek Brooks. There's going to be a photo and autograph opportunities with the players, a Raise the Flags sail away party, VIP parties, special player interviews, a water volleyball challenge, Bucs trivia contest, fun games, and more. Reserve your cabin now on the 2025 Tampa Bay Bucs cruise. You can go to visit TampaBayBucsCruise.com or call 1-800-975-7112. That's TampaBayBucsCruise.com or 1-800-975-7112. Back to the Bucs game. Bucky Irving came very close. Very, 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 very close to his first touchdown. And in response, they take him out. Mean. Very mean.
Matt, I've got something
Josh?
for you. So, as you're well aware, Baker Mayfield talked a little bit about the difference between him in Tampa Bay versus his predecessor, Tom Brady. Made some comments about bringing fun back. Mayfield.
Fade to the corner. Oh! Drop by Mike Evans. Damn it. We could have gone fade to Mike. Anyway.
Anyway, per Zach Blobner, friend of Pewter Report and from
the Z-Man.
Yep, from WDAE. Back when I was there, it was 620. I know it's now on the FM dial as well. Anyway, apparently Brady, who is calling the game, had his own response for Baker.
Oh, what did he say?
Per Blobner, I'll just read the tweet directly. Tom Brady's spicy response to Baker Mayfield's comments about bringing fun back to football in Tampa Bay. Quote, I thought stressful was not having Super Bowl rings. As Baker plows his way.
Baker rushes into the end zone, tells him to get his weight up. That's another touchdown for the Buccaneers. They are up 20-0 in a full-on ass kicking. Sorry, John.
Play it. No, we got to play the touchdown. I'll get back to it after.
Yes, let's play that mother effing touchdown. Touchdown.
All right. So back to Blobner. So Brady said, according to Blobner, quote, I thought stressful was not having Super Bowl rings, and this wasn't daycare. If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disney with my kids.
Oh, I love it. I effing love it. First of all, I live for the drama. I love shows like Vanderpump Rules and things where people are going at each other's throats all the time. I'll take it in my NFL world as well. Brady, spicy. Spicy. That's awesome. Good for Tom. I don't think it's a bad thing to occasionally go, hey, kiss the rings. Specifically,
he's got plenty of them to kiss.
Yeah.
Plenty.
By the way, the Saints are up 14-7 on the Falcons. Oh, this. Yeah, to be honest, I love that from Brady. Like, yeah, I'm here to win, you idiot. No, I'm not saying Baker is an idiot. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I'm here to win, dummy. That's why I came to Tampa.
Yep. All right. So, do we think we should do a quick update throughout the NFL? I know you gave us the new ones.
You want to have at it, my man, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, no, I got it. So you already mentioned New Orleans up on Atlanta 14-7. Cincinnati and Carolina are in the second quarter, tied at 7. Carolina suddenly frisky themselves with a real quarterback playing the position. And I will get to the rest after this play for the Eagles.
Oh, pass rush. Nope. Nothing. Overthrown by Jalen Hurts. Had pressure in his face. There is, unfortunately, a flag.
I think it could be holding.
Oh, yeah. The referee already pointed at the Eagles.
Illegal formation. Fred Johnson has been just absolutely terrible so far today.
Yeah. Second and 10, as they show Lane Johnson looking pretty jacked, but unavailable. So, second and 10, little play action, screenplay to Saquon. That was Hall. Yeah. By the way, to keep the good times rolling, we have a comment from Jonathan Fuentes who says, "Hi, John."
Happy birthday, Jonathan.
Happy birthday to you, Jonathan Fuentes. Thank you for joining the show on your birthday as well. Hope it's the best one to date. Yeah, Logan Hall just up and at him and got it done. Jonathan also says thank you. You're quite welcome. All right, 3rd and 10. We'll see if this ass kicking continues for Tampa Bay. And you know what? The Bucs don't need to have any sympathy for the fact that the Eagles are injured because the Bucs are pretty damn injured too.
Just getting this from Scott Reynolds of Pewter Report. Trey Palmer is now been ruled out with an injury, so the Bucs are without their number 3 and number 4 receivers. Sterling Shepard likely to get most of the run now as the Bucs' 3rd option. Could see some Cameron Johnson as well. And I want to say that's their only receivers active today.
Yeah, because I don't believe they called up Cody Thompson. By the way, another incomplete pass from Jalen Hurts. We're on the premise of like historic defense versus offense. Like I don't think the Eagles have a yard of offense.
We can check that. The Eagles currently have no first downs. They are 0 for 3 on 3rd down. They have 0 total net yards. You are correct on that. On 9 offensive plays, 3 yards rushing, -3 yards passing, and 2 penalties for 10 yards plus a turnover. Now that obviously isn't all this.
I like this comment from Thomas. They may have something else happen.
Well, so we'll get back to the around the league scoreboard here during the commercial break. Looks like the Rams are beating Chicago 6-0 in the second quarter. Minnesota is dog walking the Packers 21-0.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sam Darnold
Josh, sorry, real quick. I apologize for cutting you off, but
No
can
worries.
you believe that Minnesota's playing this well, and next week the Jets are going to be the first team to knock off the Vikings in the London game? Incredible. Anyway, please continue.
Oh, that's amazing. Speaking of your Jets, they have failed to score against Denver as the game goes into
They're
the
at
second
the goal
quarter.
line. They're at the goal line.
Scoreless. The 3-0 undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers are getting their butts handed to them by the Colts 17-0 early in the second quarter. So some surprising, I would definitely say a couple of surprising games here. So very interesting. And if this continues for the Bucs, it sets them up nicely for their first divisional opponent on Thursday against the Falcons.
Once again, I will say hells to the yeah.
Some people that I know will be in attendance at that game.
Yeah.
This guy.
Some people want it all, but I just want everything. Anyway, shout out Alicia Keys. Aaron Jordan says they're going to put in Cameron Johnson. Cameron with a K, but yes, Cameron Johnson, which I'm excited to see. Yeah, who doesn't love Cameron Johnson?
Good day for Baker Mayfield fantasy owners today.
Yes.
Passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, 148 yards.
On the premise of scoring again. By the way, we have a super chat we'll get to after this play. Bucs start at the 20. Veinte, if we're talking Spanish. And it's a handoff to Sean Tucker. Q's 44. Are you watching? Sean Tucker got a handoff. Hell yeah.
Throws a comment in the chat, then grabs 4 yards on a run. Let's go.
By the way, thank you to Lucas Patisse for this $1.99 super chat, who says Vita is hurt and he's still moving people. He's one of the best nose tackles in the league. Maybe not number one, but a hell of a nose tackle and vitally important to this team.
Johnson in with Sterling Shepard and Chris Godwin. Mayfield's pass hit at the line intended for Cade Otton. 3rd and 7, Matt.
Brian S. says, shout out Q's 44. I know he loves seeing Tucker get a carry.
Yeah, the game plans really helped with this, Matt, but the offensive line has looked fantastic today.
For sure. No doubt about it. Like the one sack, you don't really even blame anyone on the O-line. That's just a, missed assignment type of thing. Baker looking down the field.
Ooh, where's the flag?
Looked like Mike got hit. Yep. Angelina S says LFG.
Gotta
Nicola Legistina says, let's go, Baker. Yeah, he came early. Another rare breed player making a mistake.
He's a safety.
I mean, are there a lot of rare breed players at safety? There could be. I just, off the top of my head, I can't think of many.
I think there are a decent amount. Savvy Piscatella.
All right, first attempt for the Bucs. They go play action. Sean Tucker, first down and more. Oh, where's Q's 44?
So I'm starting to think Tucker is going to get some run now that the Bucs have quite the lead. Since Bucky Irving's dealing with a hamstring issue, Rashad White was ill, and both were questionable for this game. The Bucs may say, all right, let's go ahead and give them some rest.
Yeah, probably.
That Eagles fan seems to want a buzz cut while at the stadium.
By the way, shout out to Mark Braun with some very nice words. Says, when you live out of market and can't watch on TV, this is the absolute best way to keep up.
What
with
a
the game.
pass!
Thanks for all your analysis. Thank you so much for the kind words, Mark. We really appreciate that. And yeah, we try to put on the best show possible, and it's way more fun when the Bucs are playing like they're playing right now. So thank you very much for your kind words. And as Josh just said, a great pass by Baker Mayfield to that's a little sidearm, little slang in it. As EH says, Chris Glue Hands. That's very funny. You ever see the movie The Replacements?
Love The Replacements.
The scene where they put all the stickum on the wide receiver who can't catch. And then he says a line that I cannot say on YouTube, but he says, I look like I just, and then the next line is very funny. Anyway. Comedy. Jonathan Fuentes says, Nittany Lion, Chris Godwin. That is true.
That's Nittany Lion, Chris Godwin. I'll give you one guess where his alma mater is.
Yeah, well, Jonathan did say before that he was having a great birthday because Penn State won and someone else won, or the Bucs are winning. And Mike Evans gets another reception, breaks a tackle, and then just goes bully mode, laying a shoulder into secondary. Haplo says Tom Brady is in love with Chris. It's hard not to. Cincy Kid says Sean Mother Trucker.
I like what you did, Cincy.
Evans eating, says Cali Bucks. Damn, the Bucs moved the ball in like 2.5 seconds. I thought.
Pretty sure that's going to be a false start on Graham Barton.
I thought for a moment we had the pony package, but it was Sterling Shepard going into motion. Give me the pony.
Oh, we
Cameron Johnson in on this play as well.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to my bets. We'll have to do that at the next commercial break.
Yes. Yeah.
I do lots of parlays, and they never hit.
First and 15 for Tampa Bay. Nucky if you bucky gets a couple of yards. Yeah, I think the Bucs are going to win 42-0. That'd be cool.
I think I got the over-under at 41.5, so that would be hard.
Okay, sorry. I think the Bucs are going to win 41-0.
Oh.
Second and 12 for TB. Baker looking to his left, throws wide open. Is Sterling? Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. First down, Tampa Bay.
Oh. All right. So my first parlay. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, are we going to get a Bucky Irving touchdown? Yas?
Maybe. Looks like Rashad White is out. You know, that is Bucky.
Sexy. I think is that Bucky or Sexy Chad? That's
no,
Sexy
Sexy Chad.
Chris Godwin with another catch. That makes 100 catches for Chris Godwin in this game. Second and goal.
Don't fact check him, folks. Just believe him.
The camera does a quick cut on what I'm assuming is a defensive coach for the Eagles up in the box, and
I think it was fantastic.
He's got to be having a. Oh no! Baker fumbles the snap, but then Tonto jumps on it, and they will hold on to the football. But that could have. It would have been awful, but I was gonna say it was gonna be disastrous, but it's tough to be disastrous when you're up 21-0. But
Yeah,
Bucs
it's so
catch a
early
break,
in
no
the
doubt
game.
about it.
You just and what I would be afraid of there if they lost that, it's early enough in the game that the Eagles aren't completely out of it, and
Yes.
it's so deflating because that should have been points on the board.
And luckily, it was second down. We'll see if the Bucs can score on 3rd and goal as Rachaad White goes into motion. Baker throws over the middle, and it's a
Cameron Johnson
drop.
What are you doing, man?
Go for it. No. Damn. Oh, KJ. Oh my God! It does not
Wide
get any
open.
easier than that.
Now, since he's calling the game, I'm supposing that Tom Brady right now is going, rookie, just dropped an easy touchdown. I'm not throwing to him for the rest of the game. Just don't even put him out there.
He's probably screaming, if I had to guess.
Wow.
Man, Cameron Johnson. High snap, but the kick is good. Bucs extend their lead to 24-0. I hate to say this is going to be a little less than inspiring. But the Bucs kicked a field goal and it was good. Kind of sad.
Yeah. All right, you ready for some of these bets?
Yes.
All right. I've got the Jets -9 and
Good bet.
the Texans to win.
Texans are playing the Jaguars, correct?
As a parlay. Yes.
So
That's
you
what-
bet on the Jets because you actually want them to lose, and you know with your gambling prowess that I see what you did.
I'm putting a Josh Queipo Halloween curse on them is what it is.
The Jets actually do play on Halloween, Thursday night. They play against the Texans.
There you
So
go.
the two teams you bet on today.
So that is one of my bets. Your thoughts on that parlay? Are we a fan?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the Jaguars are arguably the worst team in the league so far. I don't think they're the worst team overall, but I mean, it's gone awful for them. Your issue with the Jets, it's nothing that you did, but it's like pouring rain, so it's been like a sloppy, ugly game. The Jets are up 3-0.
Yeah.
But Denver is actually looking like the Eagles offense right now, where they're not like going forward at all, which, you know, if the Jets can rattle off a couple, if they can bang out a couple more field goals, they'll be onto something as Aaron Rodgers gets sacked, as I
you
say
say
that.
All right, next one I've got. This is just a straight. I've got the Bills money line against Baltimore.
That will be a very fun game. Could go either way,
Okay.
but I respect it.
I used a free play on that one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I took the Seahawks money line against. I'm trying to remember against Detroit on Monday night.
Yeah, that'll be the doubleheader again tomorrow. But yeah, that'll be a very fun game.
Then I've got the Panthers money line against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's
Wow,
going
you
up
think Cincy's going to
14-7.
go 0-4?
Yeah, I've got that, and it's a parlay with the Rams to beat Chicago.
Chi-Town. D Rose.
And then I took the Bucs Eagles under, and it was actually at 42. So
Yeah, I got it at 45 earlier in the week, but yeah, I saw a
Ooh,
lot of 42.
yeah.
Can I be a little critical?
by all means, I'm terrible at this.
It's not even you. I don't like Tom Brady's shirt.
Oh.
Don't like him.
All right, that's fair.
Not a fan. By the way, we have a super chat we'll get to after this play. Wow, time of possession, or top, as they say. Short pass. Jamel Dean on the tackle. Redfish, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, Cameron, what are you doing? Homage to Leonard, as he used to go. Leonard, what are you doing, Leonard? Cameron, what are you doing? Dropping the ball in the end zone. It was right to you. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Jordan Whitehead blitzes. Oh, the ball's knocked loose. It's got to be incomplete.
No.
Yeah, nice job by Jamel Dean. Not making a scene.
Couple of plays in a row here. And you know who's having probably the best game of his season so far? Levante David.
LVD. MVP. Love some good Levante. Oh, Rich Jr., good point. McMillan dropped his first TD, too. And Brian S. says, great punch by Dean. All right, third and 6.
Yeah, a little bit different on that, and I'll get to it after the play.
Jalen Hurts going to scramble. Servante Dennis just completely missed his lane.
So a little bit different. Yeah, I'll go back to that comment about McMillan. A little bit different. Cam Johnson literally dropped the ball in the end zone. McMillan dropped a ball that probably would have gone for a touchdown, but he still had 20 or 30 yards to cover after the catch.
Saquon Barkley with a 70-yard run. We have not seen – it's crazy, Josh, because week 2 against the Lions, like, they barely ran the ball with David Montgomery, even though it seemed like he kind of gashed the Bucs pretty well when he did. And today –
Jahmyr Gibbs, too.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs as well. Today, and there's a late flag, like, we knew they were going to go with Saquon a lot just based on the injuries to everybody else. They barely ran the ball, and they've barely gotten Saquon involved, like even in the passing game. So, I mean, that's a huge win for the Bucs.
Looks like a holding flag against the Bucs.
The vaunted holding on a run play on the defense penalty.
Looks like it was on Vita. Yeah, the Detroit one was even more perplexing because the game was close and they chose not to run the ball. Philly's Saquon's getting moved out of the game just by virtue of the game situation. Being down 24-0, you can't really run too much. You're just going to run out of time.
Hurts over the middle to Dallas Goedert. Caught. Tackled immediately by Levante David. By the way, we will be speaking with Jay Retcher, our main man. That is coming up around halftime. He's actually at Raymond James Stadium, so we'll get a live look at all of the atmosphere and everything. And then to Kraz in the 3rd/4th quarter.
Looks like Servatier Dennis may be hurt here on this play.
Oh, Voss.
Looks like he's holding his hand.
Like the Hootie and the Blowfish song. Hold my hand.
How long did it take you to realize that his name was Darius Rucker and not Hootie? Because it took me a while.
Oh, yeah, very long time. I think probably I heard Wagon Wheel and someone was like, yo, he's Hootie and the Blowfish. And I was like, what?
Wagon Wheel is an interesting song. Have you heard the history on that? Yeah. Is that a yes?
Huh?
I said Wagon Wheel is an interesting song. It has an interesting history to it. I'm not sure. Have you ever heard the history behind it?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I cut out for a second. So I know that it's not his song. It's an original song. I do remember him talking about coming up with the idea of doing a cover of Wagon Wheel. I think he was at like his daughter's like music concert at school or something. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do a cover of Wagon Wheel. He texted his agent immediately. And, he was like, that's a great idea, blah, blah, blah. And then it became like the most famous song of all time. But outside of that, I don't really know all of the history.
So it was originally written by Bob Dylan.
Heard of him.
And yeah. He's had some success back in the past. It was originally supposed to just be a chorus for a movie, if I remember correctly, about Billy the Kid. And like 30, 40 years later, a couple people went and wrote out like the rest of the song, like the actual verses and whatnot. And that's when Retcher recorded it. And actually, it was the first song that was technically written and then became a number one hit like 40 years later, 40 or 50 years later. So,
wow,
kind of,
that's very cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, kind of an interesting history around it. The most interesting thing is Dylan recorded the chorus and it never made it into the movie soundtrack. So it really just laid around for 40 years. Oh, we're going to see a tush push.
Can Vita Vea stop it again? Oh my God. No.
This time.
Came close. Yeah, Servante Dennis was injured, for those wondering. Hold my hand. Damn it, it's going to be stuck in my head now. Eagles getting into field goal territory.
Ooh. Any idea what's going on? Maybe the chat can help us out. All right, looks like we may have lost Matt.
Yes.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it looks like that that sixth crew member took a bit of a shot from Dallas Goedert. And
yeah, that's what I was saying as Jordan Whitehead is talking trash with Saquon. Saquon, of course, went to Penn State. Jordan Whitehead went to Pittsburgh. But yeah, as it cut out, I said, "Oh my God, Dallas Goedert annihilated the yard marker guy." I hope he's okay. I do have to say, one of my favorite things in football is when someone gets decked on the sideline, like when they're just standing there. But I do hope he's. I seriously hope they're okay, because that's the best. Like, they get decked, but then they're absolutely fine.
And they get right back up. Yeah.
Yes.
And then they have a nice story to tell.
Yeah. Hurts down the field. Looked like Jamel Dean slipped on the play. Dallas Goedert makes the catch. Yeah, I was not covering Dallas Goedert, but was in coverage on that play. What's up?
I just saw a tweet that said the Broncos are losing, but the good news is Bo Nix has a 3-stroke lead at the Masters, and it's a screenshot of his line. He's 5 of 10 for -9 yards.
Second and goal for the Eagles.
He's not.
Saquon stopped at the line of scrimmage by Vita Vea.
Did you ever see Street Fighter, the original movie?
Cannot say that I have.
Oh, Vita Vea reminds me of the guy who plays Hondo in that.
By the way, Vita Vea has a ridiculous rat tail going.
Yeah. Did you ever play Street Fighter the game? Is that before your time?
No.
Oh, man. Capcom.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm just old.
Eagles call a timeout on 3rd and goal. Now they're showing Gronk. Oh, wow. Tom's doing the Bucs game. And by the way, I don't think it's like it's not a curse yet or anything like that, but every broadcast that Tom Brady has done, it's been like an absolute lopsided blowout. The only one that was close began as a blowout, and that was Cowboys-Ravens last week. And then the Cowboys came back. The Ravens still won. But like Brady has not called a good football game just based on the product on the field. Wild.
That is, yeah.
Third and goal. Another handoff to Saquon. He is
Not
stopped
happening.
short again. Vita
Not
Vea in the
happening.
middle. Ty McCollum putting his nose in there. Great job by the Bucs defense. I wonder, you got to think the Eagles will go for this.
They have
Just
to.
given the score.
Yeah, they absolutely have to. Looks like 2-minute warning.
Yeah, let's get to the super chat from Chompin' Doggo, the birthday boy. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, line looks strong without Gedeke. What changed?
Few things. So first of all, game plan has been for a lot of quick game and a lot of play action. Play action is going to slow down the defensive line because they have to read their run keys. And the quick game, they just don't have enough time to get to Baker. That was actually very much what the game plan looked like the first half of the Broncos game. First half of the Broncos game, Baker was only under pressure 3 times, only sacked once, and 2 of the pressures and 1 of the sacks was on Baker. He just ran into the pressure, ran into the sack. That brings me to the second difference. The biggest difference today is that Baker Mayfield staying in the pocket, running through his progressions, willing to make a throw, even if he's going to get hit. So that's a huge part of it because he was a big part of his own pressure issues last week. And then the last thing is the game situation has allowed for it. So last week, by the time you got to the second half, the Bucs were down by so much, they were just throwing all the time. The defense can pin their ears back and just go to town. Now they really have to defend the run because the Bucs are content to run even if it's not an efficient run because it's just taking time off the clock, and that's really their biggest enemy right now is time. So all of those things working in concert means that the offensive line looks a lot better, and a ton of it's not even so much the offensive line play, it's just game plan, game script, game situation related. So pressure is a lot more than just O-line play.
Yeah, I still go back to what Liam Cohen said this week about Baker being sped up last game. And yeah, Baker seems a lot more calm, cool, and collected, which I think has resonated to a degree with everybody else in the offensive line too. Stan Glassman wondering about a update on.
I actually have that.
Savasi Dennis, you do?
Yeah.
Please
Per the
inform
Buccaneers. Yeah, per the Buccaneers communications department, they just tweeted out linebacker Savasi Dennis is questionable to return with a shoulder injury.
Okay. Thank you for the update. As they're showing Tom Brady saying hello to all the fans. It looks like they gave him a little shout out. Yeah. Don't forget you play for the Bucs, Tom. I know you're doing all your fun little Patriot stuff, but you won a Super Bowl with this team. It wasn't like you just, I took a vacation. Nah. 4th and goal. Hurts is on the move. KJ Britt in pursuit. The throw. Caught. Touchdown.
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell.
There goes the shutout.
Yeah. Sad.
And
M says the dentist system. That is hilarious for those that watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
And overall, the Bucs defense
Sad.
did a good job of sitting on that. I really wish KJ Britt would have put more pressure on Hurts rather than just mirroring him.
Agreed. Damn, Zion a little pursued a little bit too much. Yeah, if KJ Britt just runs at him, I mean, sure, Jalen Hurts could, do a move and try to get by him. But you at least force him to do that versus he was just kind of standing there. Did a great job, too, hitting Goddard, and then obviously Tyke Smith was there in coverage. Stan Glassman says, if the Eagles make a comeback, I'm blaming JTS. Okay.
Oh, JTS just out here catching strays.
Yeah.
Minute 54. Be aggressive.
Yes, be aggressive.
Yeah. The NLDS. I'm so far out of touch with baseball.
I hate baseball. Baseball is the dumbest sport that's ever been invented.
So the Mets
It's
did
not
make
fun.
Plans.
So the Mets are tied right now with the Braves. Actually, the Braves are in the second wild card spot. The Mets are tied with the Diamondbacks. But before the weekend started, the Mets were 2 games ahead of the Braves, and they just continuously lose as Mike Evans makes a catch, gets a first down. And the Mets are playing the Brewers right now, who have clinched their division. They cannot move up in seeding, so they have nothing to play for. The Mets registered 2 hits yesterday and lost 6-0. But I don't know why I expect anything different. They just break my heart every year, and they make me lifeless, and they suck, and they're terrible. But who cares? We're not talking about baseball. Incomplete pass by Baker Mayfield. Make it 2nd and 10. The Eagles will get the ball to start the third quarter. For you asking, MJRVI. By the way, we will have Jay Retcher joining us around halftime. 2nd and 10. As Mike Evans, by the way, has 5 catches. That means the over of 4.5 catches has hit for Mike Evans. Baker looking for Chris Praiseby to Godwin. That is not the way complete.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bad ball.
Bad ball. Yeah, a little low.
Yep. And I don't mind it being behind him because it would have made it a hard play for Slay to make. But low and behind you, that's a tough catch.
Yeah. Cincy Kid says baseball is awesome. Yeah, I love watching the Mets. I just hate when they suck. So, 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Bucs can keep moving the chains. Little pump fake. Baker thrown down the middle. Nobody home.
Yeah, that was a broken play. It looked like the Eagles saw the screen to Godwin coming. And Baker decided to go backside on the play.
Yeah.
And
thought he had Mike for a second.
Yeah, it looks like Evans stopped his route thinking that it wasn't going to come to his side. That and him and Otten were in nearby each other, so route spacing there was a little iffy.
By the way, one of the games that you bet on, Carolina and the Bengals, Panthers-Bengals are tied at 14. So, could the Bengals be 0-4? Crazy. Cooper DeJean Will Fair caught it and got it around the 20. EH says Camarda out. Well, he's out, but he was not dressed for today. They went with Gill instead, sending a little bit of a message to Jake Camarda.
That 37-yard punt to the 20 wasn't exactly a whole lot better.
Yeah. Johnny says benched, like Johnny Bench. The second greatest hitting catcher of all time. Behind, I'm glad you asked, Mike Piazza, the greatest home run hitting catcher of all time. Big hit. Hurts gets the pass off, but it's incomplete to Johnny Wilson, who not only, there was talks with Johnny Wilson about like him moving to tight end in the NFL. Him wearing 89, I know it's a receiver's number, but it's, I don't know, looks a little tight endish as well.
Yeah. He moves like a tight end. That's not a compliment.
Right, yeah. I didn't think so. 2nd and 10, a minute 10 to go in the second quarter. Hurts drops back, dumps it off. Well, tried to dump it off to Kenneth Gainwell.
He's not even trying here. Everything Hurts is broken.
He's like, all right, I'm going to head out. That's essentially what he's doing. All right, 3rd and 10. Bucs have 2 timeouts as well. So if they can get a stop here, still time to move the ball and get another drive going. Eagles got 3 receivers to the left side. Looks like Goddard's on the right. They blitzed Tyke Smith. It's a small throw, so Bucs are going to get the stop. It's cleaned up by Levante David. Jamel Dean in there as well. And Tampa Bay
calls a timeout.
Yes, calls a timeout. Well done by Todd Bowles. We all know how Todd loves using his timeouts. Yeah, Tyke Smith was on a blitz. So Hurts saw and thought, okay, I can get rid of it. But not good enough. Yeah, Hurts ain't happy. The Bucs fans are saying Hurts so good.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. You make it
hurt so good.
Can you name the artist?
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Oh, that was right? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That was just a guess.
No, you did it. You nailed it. Bravo.
Wow.
I love that our podcast not only inform the fans about the game, but there's always some musical history. Always.
If John Cougar Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'm going to be a very rich man.
Explain, please.
That's The Office. The Office.
Oh my God. I didn't catch that reference.
There's some kind of bet is going on in The Office. And it's like, oh, that'd have to be like plus 1 million odds. And Kevin goes, I'll take that. And then like, it cuts to just him. And he goes, if you get odds of, that's incomplete. Mike Evans with the drop. He goes, if you get odds at plus 1 million or whatever it is on anything, you take it. If John Cougar Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'm going to be a very rich man. Yeah, so that's the quote.
Kevin was such an underrated character in that show.
Baker over the middle, caught by Mike Evans. Thank heavens for Mike Evans. Bucs got to move, and only 1 timeout left. Going no huddle. $30 seconds to go. Baker looking to his left, incomplete to Rod Christopher Godwin.
Baker's been a bit inaccurate this second quarter.
By the way, Falcons are up 17-14 against the Saints at halftime. Mike Evans getting a breather on this one. So it's Sterling Shepard, Chris Godwin, and Cameron Johnson in. Baker throws over the middle. It's dropped by Cade Otton. But that was only second down. $24 seconds to go. 3rd and 10 coming up. Not crucial, but obviously you'd like to see more points for the Bucs.
Yeah, that's Otton's second drop.
Yeah.
And then the fumble.
Gabriel Perales says gloves for Otton for Christmas.
Something, man.
Otton makes this catch. Does he get out of bounds? Nope. You got to call timeout. 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 What am I missing?
They're going to let it run down. I think they want to let it run down and make sure Philly doesn't. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Philly takes their second.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot that was 3rd down. I pulled a Tom Brady. Oh, my God. Baker almost tripped over the yard marker. Crazy. And Mike Evans looking a little limp. He's going to go early. He's pulling a Randy Moss and going early to the locker room. But Mike's not doing it because he's disgusted with his team.
Well, as long as he's not taking off his jersey and his pads and his helmet and doing jumping jacks on the way out.
Right.
Then claiming he was extremely injured, could barely walk.
The punt. Fair call. Oh, my God. That Eagles guy ran right into him. Tackle.
This Eagles punt return unit has been an adventure.
Laid him out. Incredible. I mean, self-sabotage. Incredible. Eight seconds to go. Eagles will take a knee. So this is a good time to talk about our friends at Autograph. By the way, we're going to have our guy Jay Retcher joining us momentarily. But first, let's talk about Autograph. People have asked us before about, are we going to do an app at Pewter Report? We always say no. And part of the reason is because you essentially have the Pewter Report app with Autograph. Autograph is what's you already do as a fan. It's reading blogs, it's listening to podcasts, watching breakdowns, all in one place. It's available on your iPhone and Androids as well. And it's not just the Bucs and the NFL. You can also get it for the NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball. If you have a team that's still in the wild card race that maybe you don't hate as much as I hate the New York Mets. It's also co-founded by Tom Brady, who's calling the game right now. So if you want to give a little shout out to Tom Brady, you can as well. You can read Pewter Report news on Autograph. You can watch Pewter Report podcasts and other videos that we put up on Autograph. And you get rewarded in one free app with it as well, with the more that you use it. So sign up with the promo code Pewter, that's PEWTER, and get it rocking and rolling over at Autograph. All right, joining the show now, live from Raymond James Stadium, from the Jay and Zach show, it is our guy, Jay Retcher. Jay, thank you so much for joining us. How's the atmosphere at Ray J right now?
I mean, it's about as good as if you had an actual Oscar autographed by John Cougar Mellencamp himself. You're talking about big-time money. That's one of the most underrated episodes in Office history.
Yes.
This episode back from Andy after he comes back from anger management training. Michael's threatening to jump off the roof. Remember that? He's like, don't do it, Michael.
Yeah.
And then they're betting on everything. And that's the iconic episode where Creed thinks that he's eating an apple, but it's a potato.
Yes.
So, yes, I was listening. It was awesome. Great conversation, fellas. But
it's Drew now.
You're right. It's a different guy. That never got over. That never went over, though. Atmosphere is good, man. A lot of green in the stands, obviously. A lot of buzz here in the press box because Tom Brady's walking around with his own kind of entourage around him. It's almost like Daryl, early on in The Office when he's always walking around with some of his guys from downstairs. But yeah, our guy Pat Donovan's here, Chris Mathis. But yeah, good vibes right now. Bucs up 24-7 at the half.
Jay, I'd like to lead it off by asking probably the most important question and the one that's on all Bucs fans' minds right now. Trenton Gill, is he going to officially replace? Oh, no, went a little bit different on that. No, Trenton Gill, is he going to replace Jake Camarda? How has he looked live?
He looks good, man. I mean, it's weird because with Camarda, the last couple of years, you're like, man, this guy. You wanted to root for him too, just because of his. Just who he was as a person, not just as a punter, because he was doing the job. He's not afraid to tackle, but just some of these kicks. When you get to a point in special teams, and we've seen this with the field goal kickers, when every single time they go out there, you go, that's not good. You don't want to now with Chase McLaughlin, you don't even look up. You're like, yeah, whatever. But early returns from Gill has been good. So I mean, a healthy scratcher Camarda, I don't think that they're kind of writing him off altogether. But I mean, Gill hasn't really done anything to make me think that he's not going to be punting on Thursday night either.
There you go.
Jay, first of all, I appreciate your dedication so much. I don't know how many other people would take their shoe off and show it live on the stream, but you just did. So I appreciate you for that. As we kind of already talked about, things are going great for the Buccaneers. So let me just ask you, are you more impressed with what the offense has been doing and Baker Mayfield specifically, or the Bucs defense really just shutting down Philadelphia and having Saquon Barkley just not be a factor at all?
Yeah, I mean, man, you want to talk about a return. Vita Vea, right? What a big difference.
Yeah.
I would say the offense, just because you kind of knew what they needed to do. Let's get Mike Evans involved early and often, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the big thing. Let's spread the ball around. I mean, you've seen receptions to Mike, to Chris. You're looking at Cam Johnson. Unfortunately, he was so close to getting his first.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard out there. Kate Otten. You're seeing even Sean Tucker. So I like what Liam Cohen has done early on, getting everybody involved. But it just seems like when you get 13 involved early and often, everything else it's like a trickle-down effect, right? So I've been more impressed with the offense, but defensively, I think Philadelphia got a little bit of momentum there in the first half. But hey, 24-7, Philly's going to get the ball at the half. This first drive coming out of halftime is going to be huge.
So, thoughts on the run game, Jay? It looks a lot better this year or this game than it has over the first 3 weeks of the season. Both Bucky and Rashad looked like they were had some really good runs. Sean Tucker even got in on the party. What are your thoughts there?
Definitely improved. I love seeing that first run from Rashad Evans, on kind of like RPO-ish type of thing there, and running for 15 or so. You need a good early, you need to set the tone early with a good run. And the traditional run game, 3 yards in the cloud of dust, it's not going to work for this offense, right? I mean, not right now at least. They have to be creative. They have to make sure that they're staying committed to it. I like Rashad. Rashad's been hearing it. Like everybody's been saying,
yeah,
to get more of a share. Rashad has heard the noise, and he's a guy that's definitely got a lot of pride, got a lot of confidence in himself. So I like it. You got to stay with it. This may be an offense, even though we want the run to set up the pass. Ultimately, with all these weapons, it might be a pass to set up the run offense. You just got to run the ball when you need to. To me, it's more about attempts than yards. And then when you get ahead and you want to milk some clock, that's when they really have to run the football. So I early returns in this game good, but still definitely a work in progress as the season goes on.
Yeah, Jay, I thought you made a great point this week on your show, which you can listen to Mondays through Friday. You were talking about how Rashad was one of the first guys to leave the locker room and didn't speak to the media after. And I thought you brought up a great example of, other Bucs in the past or the Lightning with Steven Stamkos. Like when things weren't going right, even if it wasn't their fault, they would still face the music and kind of stand up and talk. And we saw Rashad all over the place, in the offseason, marketing this, talking about that and all this stuff. So I think it's still so important for this group. Yes, Bucky Irving is like the hot new thing. It's fun, new piece. But I think Rashad is still very important to this team. And I can see him eventually. They haven't shown it today. They haven't really shown it since week 1. But I see Rashad White eventually being like the Alvin Kamara of this team, the way that the Saints utilize Kamara.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Even though Bucky Irving has done some really good things and with less touches than a guy like Rashad White, Rashad's still RB1, and it's more than just running the football. I know that's paramount. That's the number one thing. But, how you catch the ball out of the backfield, how to know where to line up all the time, how to make sure that you're pass blocking as well. Like, there's these little nuances that I don't know. And also the durability, right? Like, we know Rashad
Yeah.
can play an entire 17-game season. We love Bucky, but he's not the biggest guy. Is he going to be as consistent as we've seen from Rashad? And there's a reliability factor, right? Because everybody just looks at the stats and they go, oh, this number is bigger than this number. This guy's got to be better. No, that's not the way it works. When you watch the tape, when you look back at these games, there's a lot of the little things that Rashad does that you can't just assume that Bucky's going to be able to do the job. RB1 doesn't just come because you're a better pure runner. Like, you have to be a full complement. You have to be well-rounded, and Rashad has shown that. And I think some of the runs early on, it's not just on him, right? I think he's got to get better, but I think the interior offensive line, you got to keep being banged up. Liam Cohen, as much as we know that he's better than Dave Canales when it comes to play calling, he's still learning on the job too, right? He's going to have a clunker. He's going to have a stinker. He's going to have a day like he had last week where he was he was paralyzed last week. Liam Cohen. He just didn't know what to do. And that's gonna happen. It's going to happen when that's your first gig in the NFL as a play caller. So I like that they've learned from what has gone wrong, and they've shown 24 points here in the first half against the Eagles.
Yeah. What I really like what you said there, Jay, was you're talking about Cohen and his responsibility within some of those issues. And two of the things that he talked about on Thursday was, that the Bucs have been better at blocking up the gap schemes versus the zone runs. And Bucky's gotten a lot more of those gap runs. You'd see a lot of the gap stuff for both running backs here early in the first half. He also talked about passing and running in better spots and kind of pass to set up the run, a lot more first down passes, which has seemed to really drive this offense. Your thoughts on Cohen's ability to adapt and kind of learn from those mistakes, like you said, with the clunker last week, and just your overall thoughts on Cohen as a play caller.
I love the guy. I think you saw it very early on. I mean, Matt, how many times we were out at training camp and we look at each other like,
yeah,
we didn't really see that last year. And I know it's just training camp, right? But there's certain plays that you run where they're like, oh, okay, oh, we didn't really see that. Oh, we didn't see Bucky and Rashad line up in the backfield together. Like, we didn't see that kind of thing last year. I love that there's a confidence about Liam Cohen that he knows that, I got to believe in myself as a play caller. But I also love that there's a humility of, I don't know it all. I got to get with Todd. I got to ask him sometimes, like, hey, what would you do in this spot? Like, that type of wherewithal to realize that you got to keep your ego to the side, right? There's a part of being humble that I think we really appreciated from Dave Canales that we didn't get from Byron Leftwich, right?
Yeah.
That same type of mindset Liam Cohen has, which we love. But we also like that he's a good play caller too, right? It seems like he's getting guys and he's adapting from one game to the next and also in game as well. So I like Liam Cohen. I think the sky's the limit. And a game like today, that's what everyone want to see. How do you bounce back from a putrid performance against the Denver Broncos? And I mean, I think he nailed it in the first half.
Jay, you've been very gracious with your time. We appreciate you for jumping on, especially when it's halftime and everyone goes and gets the food at the press box. And by the way, Tampa Bay's press box, food-wise, is one of the best in all of the NFL. So thank you so much for joining us. And real quick, if you want to just plug where we can find you on social media and your show as well with Zach.
At Jay Retcher, pretty simple. I signed up for every social media. As soon as it came out, boom, I signed up for it, even if I didn't know if I was going to be on it or not. And Jay and Zach every single weekday at noon on WDAE. And, of course, Matt joins us every Tuesday, so you don't want to miss that. But I appreciate you fellas. Keep up the great work. And, I got, I think, 3 more with you guys during the NFL season.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Also, check out Retcher Reacts. If you're a wrestling fan like myself, you're covering a lot of Raw and SmackDown and all different things. A lot of USF as well. Josh is an alumni of USF. So,
Great
Jay, thank
USF.
you so. Yeah, thank you so much, Jay.
Sore subject. Wait, real quick, Matt. Did you see the Mr.
Yes.
McMahon? Did you see the Mr. McMahon documentary?
I've watched 3 or 4 episodes so far. So I haven't finished it, but I've watched a lot of it.
I watched the whole thing. I'm going to do a full review of that at some point next week. If you watch the credits, like the third or fourth credit, the director of photography is my cousin Damian Drake, and he was here at WrestleMania at Raymond James Stadium. He told me when this comes out, the world is going to freaking go nuts. And
Yeah.
Wait till the last episode's the craziest one. So when you see that, we'll talk about
I
it.
can't wait to watch your reaction on it. Also, real quick, I got to give you a shout out because you were the first one to point out when I was on the WWE 24 when they showed WrestleMania at Tampa Bay. And yeah, you see me doing the So anyway, can't wait to check that out. It's been super intriguing with it so far. A lot of awful things. We can go about that at another time. A lot of interesting things as well. But Jay, thank you so much for joining, and we'll talk to you soon, man. Take it easy.
You guys got to be well.
Thanks, Jay.
By the way, coming up next week, we have the Pewter pregame show. Again, the Bucs play on Thursday night, so everything's going to be sped up just a little bit. So we'll still have the Pewter pregame show at 9 o'clock in the morning. It will be on Thursday, though, and not the traditional Sunday. And of course, after that, it'll be the Pewter Game Day show with. Well, I know I'll be on it. I don't know.
Yeah, who you got
who
with
else is
you?
I don't know. I don't know just yet. Josh, you will be at the game in Atlanta, so very excited for you that you're going to see that.
To vote. We should get the chat to vote and let the rest of the team know who they want.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to cast my own vote. I'm happy to do it solo. I like having you on, but I think doing solo as well opens up everything else for everybody else. So I'm going to vote me. I'm still not used to like seeing Brady in the broadcast.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to actually like watch a game he's called.
Yeah, me neither. Not like only bits and pieces and stuff like that.
Baker Mayfield had 33 first half attempts. That's insane.
Yeah. Greg DeCruz says Solo Sokoa, man. That's funny. By the way, we have a $9.99 super chat. So thank you to T for this super chat who says, good game, Baker. Keep it going. And also, keep my goat's name out your effing mouth. LOL. I like you, but you got to earn some rings to speak on certain things. Rooting for you to get us some. Yeah, it sparked a little bit of controversy with what Baker said. And you know what? Like, it's odd, right? Because it was a podcast. I think Baker was a little too comfortable. You know, I'm sure maybe he knows the guys or whatever the case may be. But just what I felt was odd as Saquon Barkley rips off a big run. This is a gigantic run. He may take it to the house.
Yeah, it looks like he's going the full. Jordan Whitehead's going to stop him.
Yeah.
Not a good way to start.
But what I was going to – this has drastically changed. But what I was going to say real quick is I just thought it was odd for Baker to speak on something that he wasn't there for. Like, I know – I'm sure, like, some of his teammates mentioned certain things, but if he wasn't there, I just felt like it was odd to give such a revealing thing like that. By the way, also, Paul, aka Florida Dreamhouse, thank you so much for gifting one Pewter Report membership. That's mighty kind of you.
Now the Bucs allow Dallas Goedert to get quick little over the ball route, and the Eagles are going to have what, 2nd and 1 at the 1.5 yard line?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Izzian took a bad angle on that run. That should have been stopped much sooner.
Oh, Izzian makes up for it, making a nice tackle on 2nd and 1. I mean, not totally making up for it, but doing well enough. A very odd game. I feel like I say that every week with the Bucs. Oh, they're going to do the tush push.
Wow. I'm not sure who got up and over that quick. Is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that Golston?
Yeah. Oh my God. He just surfed, and they still pushed him back.
I think that's going to be a first down, though, right? First and goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Geist 85 says, "Well, Bucs giving up early, and they're going to do the tush push again. More crowd surfing. Oh, did they stop it? I mean, it's first down anyway, but yep, touchdown. Never mind, they didn't stop it. Well, if the Eagles are going to get back in the game, that's the way to do it.
The under's not looking so good here, Matt.
No, it's not. It's not, Josh. It's I know nothing about football. Not a
You
thing.
and me both, brother.
Let me update the score. 24-14.
Is it 14?
Yes.
Okay. How mad do you think Saquon owners are in fantasy that he rips off that run but then doesn't get the touchdown?
Oh, probably pissed off, especially because it's hot and humid in Tampa as well. We have a super chat from Trustin Vorbeck. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Who says Marty Diamonds had a 5-leg that cleared already. Baker plus 175 passing. Mike and Chris both plus 50 receiving. Baker 2 touchdown passes. Mike anytime touchdown. 32 to 176. Tristan, congrats. That's so awesome. I know your name's Tristan, but you know my name's Maddie. So congrats to you, Tristan. On I'm just kidding. That's awesome, Tristan. I love seeing when people hit bets. I'm very, very happy for you. That's fantastic. And thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Yeah, he follows up with LOL, my bet. Yeah, I know. But that's great. I love seeing it. Chomping Doggo said, Marty. Josh, are you familiar with SpongeBob and like certain specific episodes? Oh, sorry. You cut out for a
I can't say that I am.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't say that I am. I'm familiar with most of the characters, but not specific episodes.
Okay, so for those in the chat that maybe grew up watching SpongeBob like I did, there's a specific episode where Patrick's parents come into town, and they're like just as much of idiots as Patrick is. And at the end of the episode, his parents are talking to each other, and like they say something Janet and something Marty, and Patrick like puts it together that they aren't his parents, and he goes, Janet, Marty, who are you people? And just seeing Marty made me think of that. So shout out to that episode of SpongeBob. Joshua Ellsworth with a comment. Can we see more Payne Durham? Auden has not looked good. I'm curious to see why Payne Durham isn't utilized that much, because I don't think Kate Auden provides that much. He's not a threat in the passing game. Like, I don't know. Would it hurt getting Payne Durham the football a little bit more or more playing time? I don't know.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. So at this point,
I like this from Maddie McFly. That's funny. Since the kid says Marty McFly. That'll be a touchback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow. Oh, never mind. Justin Herbert is active today. I thought I read inactive, but nope, he's active.
Atlanta up 17-14 halfway through the third quarter on the New Orleans Saints. And Cincinnati just went up 28-14 on Carolina.
Damn.
In a battle of really bad defenses.
Yeah, that defense is awful. Sterling Shepard makes his first career catch as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, getting it from his Oklahoma buddy, Baker Mayfield.
Actually, Shepard had a catch earlier in the first half.
Okay, I'm a moron. Sterling Shepard makes his second career catch as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I didn't need you to take it that far, buddy.
I'm just playing around. Baker going down the field for Michael Lynn Evans. Oh, my God.
Lots of drops today.
What the F? This is going to bring Philly right back into the game. Oh, Michael. In his Versace gloves. I don't think they're Versace, but they're very stylish. Hit him in the hands.
He used to be 24 karat magic in the air, but
yeah, there you go. I mean, Cameron Johnson's got to be sitting there like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? 3rd and 7. Baker scrambling a little bit. He's going to tuck it and run. And Baker Mayfield is going to get a first down. Slime me out, cuz. Or slime me up. Slime me up, cuz.
Bo Nix had -7 passing yards in the first half of the Denver game.
Jets avenging the Buccaneers with the dastardly 6-0 lead.
Looks like Darius Slay maybe
yeah.
in here.
Something's going on. Angelina S says Heat is killing the Eagles. And I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at this. Since the kid says Maddie is funny, and then Marty is funny. Thank you for the kind words. I try to bring the entertainment, and it makes me very happy that you are entertained. Yeah, so we'll see how the Bucs attack the Eagles with Slay out of the game.
And Matt, it looks to me like the Mike Evans, I would not be surprised when you do snap counts tomorrow that his snap count share is lower than it normally is, even with some of the injuries to Trey Palmer and Jalen McMillan. The Bucs keep rotating him off the field.
Yeah, remember, he was on the injury report this week with the knee injury. He didn't practice on Friday, but that was just a rest thing. But who knows? Remember, he was limping at the end of the second quarter, went into the locker room early before halftime. That's what I should have said. So, yeah, who knows? That could be aggravating a little bit. He is on the field on this play. Bucky Irving also lined up as a wide receiver, and then you have Chris Godwin, Sterling Shepard on the left side. Baker looking to the left, throws deep. Ooh. Nearly picked and then nearly caught by Sterling. The Lord is my shepherd. But it'll be incomplete and 3rd and 11. I'd like a replay on that one. Thank you, Fox. Yeah, I think Shepard just kind of missed it. And then it doinked off the nope, he did get a piece. He still should have caught it. And then hit the ref too. So the rare triple shot.
Yep. Looked like Baker was trying to hit the honey hole on cover 2. Had a shot there if the ball just arrived just a hair earlier.
3rd and 11. Baker has time, does a little dipsy doodle, throws it, caught by Praise be to Godwin.
Be to God.
Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan Cleary. He says Sunday ticket free trial just expired mid-game. LOL. Depending on you guys, the rest of the game so far, I would say you guys are an upgrade over Brady. Wow! Thank you so much for the very, very kind words. Look at that, Josh. We're better than Tom Brady. We don't have to specify anymore. We don't know what category.
Nope, that's it.
Oh boy, this has a chance to get blown up. Or Bucky Irving could do Bucky Irving things and turns nothing into an 8-yard gain. Nucky if you Bucky.
Great little play from Bucky there. I mean, just one hands it, casually sidesteps, and a good block there. I want to say from Godwin. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Evans was on the end of that play.
Yeah, out on the perimeter.
Chomping Doggo says Marty plus Queipo greater than Brady. As they run it with Bucky Irving for a foist down.
And this is what the Bucs really need right now, is they need the run game to kind of take some of that pressure off the passing game. They have passed to run throughout the first half and even to start the second half. And now's where they just need to get some good runs, take the pressure off, kill some clock, and put the pressure back on the Eagles' offense.
They are doing it to a T. Little play action. Baker rolling out. Throws. Caught by Mike Evans. Kind of tripped on himself. But regardless, that's a first down.
I mean, the way he got up, he's mad at himself, but I almost thought there that he might have just gone down on purpose again.
Yeah.
Just not playing at 100% and not inviting the extra contact there.
Yeah, he looks a little slow. Again, like dealing with the knee injury and whatever happened to him today. Yeah, I mean, I don't always think it's the worst thing to do the Tyler Lockett method of just like going down before you get hit, especially as you get older. Baker under center, gonna run it with sexy Chet. Nope, never mind. That's Bucky. Nucky if you Bucky, and that gets the Bucs down to like the 2-yard line.
Chris Godwin's last catch. This is from the Buccaneers communication department. With his last reception, Chris Godwin eclipsed 7,000 receiving yards, joining Mike Evans as the only players to do so in team history.
Rod Christopher Godwin. Praise be. Okay, 2nd and goal. Bucky Irving in the backfield. They run it with Bucky, and oh my God, it's so close.
He's in.
He's in. Touchdown, Bucky Irving. His first career touchdown in the NFL. Nucky if you Bucky. Congrats to Bucky Irving. And that means we're going to play a touchdown video. Bucky Irving did it. He did it. Houston and Bucky. Yeah, to you as well, Q's 44, because Sean Tucker's had an impact a little bit.
Bucky Irving now has 7 carries, 44 yards. That doesn't include this. This was before this play since it is under review. But leading into this potential touchdown, 7 carries, 44 yards, averaging 6.3 yards per carry, while Rachaad White has just 4 carries, but for 32 yards, averaging 8 yards per carry. Bucs running game efficient, but not a ton of volume.
And you would think that'll increase more as the Bucs build their lead. Oh my God, it's reversed.
Oof. Be great if they gave it to Sexy Chad on this last one. And that is not me talking from a fantasy football perspective at all. No way. Well, Bucky's in there.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say Sexy Chad will not be scoring on this play.
Give it a Bucky again. He deserves it. He deserves it. Oh my God. Sterling Shepard. Bucky to the outside. He's in. Touchdown. This time it's for real. Double the celebration. Nucky if you Bucky. Hey, let's play the video again. Why not? We're here to have fun. Football is fun. You got to tweet out touchdown Bucky again. What was I looking for? Yep, that's Wagoosh. Wait, what the heck just happened? What the heck? Oh my God.
It was the point
The
after.
Eagles blocked the kick and returned it all the way for 2 points. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Oh, Jay Camarda makes that tackle.
Jay Camarda probably does make that tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, what a... Oh, so close. But he's in. Okay, so that makes it 30-16. With 6:49 to go in the third quarter. Pretty quick moving game. By the way, the Falcons went up 20-14 against the New Orleans Saints. Bucky, if you bucky. Looking around the league, Jets are up 6-0 against the Denver Broncos. Vikings taking it to Green Bay 28-7. Atlanta, like I said, up 20-14. Bengals up 28-14 against the Panthers, as Josh mentioned not too long ago. Texans in a close one, 17-13 up against the Jaguars. Indy leading Pittsburgh 17-3. Chicago up 17-9 against the Rams. Your 4:00 games, 4:05 is Arizona, Washington, Niners, Patriots, and then at 4:25 it is the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. And of course, the Sunday night game, very entertaining matchup. The Buffalo Bills travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
So now
Farouk Kawab says, anyone
30-16.
seen Yaya? Yeah. Farouk Kawab says, anyone seen Yaya? Is he playing today? He's had some good
so
pressures.
Yaya he had a great first few drives. I mean, he's been and consistently just creating pressure. So yeah, Yaya's had a solid first half. Second half, really, I think he cut inside on that Barkley run, so he may have been a part of that problem. But overall, I'd say it was a good game for him so far.
Showing a replay of the botched extra point. They immediately put the camera on Cody Mauch as well, and I thought that was kind of odd. Like, it wasn't Cody Mauch's fault. Yeah, you got to push him out of bounds. Like, you trying to stay on this team?
Camarda's going to be back on Thursday.
Yep. Nice job by the Bucs kickoff coverage unit. Yeah, it is weird. Like, you see the Eagles score and then they get the football. First and 10 for the Eagles. Hurts is going to keep it. Got hit hard by A. Nelly.
Nelson sighting.
He said, you're going down, baby.
But do you have a Range Rover?
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
I thought you might have said we're going down in an earlier round, which would lead us to different.
We're going down swinging.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Jamel Dean.
That's brutal. That's brutal. That's gonna sting. Oddly enough, on the same sideline and the same direction as the infamous, oh my God, what's his name? The Steelers-Bucs Monday night game where he got stiff-armed. Oh my God. I'm picturing it and him. His name is just not, he was a white defensive back, much like Cooper DeJean. Chris Conti.
That's right, Connie.
Yeah. Revfish says, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. But thank you, Revfish, for the $1.99 super chat. You've been watching old Chris Berman highlights, Matt. I like listening to Part of My Take when they do the fastest 2 minutes. And I mean, Chris Berman's a legend of the game. I love all of his the Raiders and all that stuff. So
nobody circles the wagons
like the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, I mean, I think subconsciously that's definitely inspiration for things like Chris Praise Be to Godwin and Sterling the Lord is my shepherd, things like that. All right, 3rd and 1. The tush push is coming.
And is successful.
Damn. Dumb. Nucky if you bucky. All right, I'm winning in fantasy. I am a happy boy. And I still got James Conner, Travie, that's Travis Kelce, and Jameson Williams to play. Eagles are moving the ball despite not having their top 2 wide receivers in Dallas Goedert, or as Scott Reynolds will end up saying on the show later, Dallas Goedert, even though it's Goddard.
I said Goddard earlier. I'm trying to make it French.
Goddard?
Yeah. Anthony Nelson is lined up on the slot.
Oh, boy. Hey, I saw him personally get an interception last training camp last year. It was off of Zach Wilson, so it probably doesn't count. As Jalen Hurts pulls the ball, rushes for a foist down. By the way, the over is officially hit in this game. So, as stated before, we know nothing about football and how it goes.
This is where that Bucs red zone defense has to come up big. You hold them to a field goal. The offense had a great drive last drive. You can still keep this non-competitive. Levante, with the strip, and the Bucs fall on it.
Okay, you're a little ahead of me, but yeah, fumble! And it's recovered by the Buccaneers.
Ben Stille falls on it.
Wow.
What a play.
Wow. Give him his Hall of Fame jacket now. Hell yeah. That was dope.
That was a huge play and probably the nail in the coffin.
That was awesome. Haplo says 54, the GOAT.
Levante got pressure up the middle. Hurts was able to sidestep him, but he didn't quit on the play. Turns back around and hits Hurts's hand as he tries to make a throw, forcing the fumble, and Stilly with the presence of mind to jump on the ball, endearing himself to Bucs fans the world over.
Once again. Oh, my God. That's an awful call. Sorry, other game. Some kid says Tampa Bay. Farouk Kawab says Levante David caused more forced fumbles than the Biden administration. Don't like doing politics, but funny's funny.
Well, I was gonna say, like, as somebody who is a bit more on the liberal side, that was funny. That was just straight up funny.
Yeah. Buccaneers Communications tweeted out, with the sack, David improved his career sack total to 34.5, tying him with Chidi Ahanatu for the 7th most in franchise history. So we just saw history, sort of.
I like it.
MJRVI says, bring in the ponies. I would love to see the pony package.
So I think that you're not going to see a ton of it because they're trying to save both backs who are dealing with separate issues.
I just want to do the horse sound. That's really all I want. Do you know what a horse's favorite dance move is?
I can't say that I do off the top of my head.
The nay-nay.
I love that as an avid dad joker. That will go into my rotation. Thank you, sir.
Good.
Oh, that's
you got it.
What a
going
cat.
deep down the field. Sterling, the Lord is my shepherd. I gotta tweet that out. Sterling. I do like ... No, I'll just do all one thing. Sterling. Lord
You do
is
Sterling in like regular lowercase for most of the word, and then the Lord is my shepherd in all caps. I think that's the way to.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, N'Kobe Dean triggered downhill and just met Rashad White in the backfield.
Sterling Shepard.
I just saw a tweet. Joe Flacco's in for the Colts.
News to me. I kind of forgot he's still in the league. I mean, I know what he did with Cleveland last year, obviously. But nonetheless. By the way, at the end of the third quarter, did it just go to the end of the third quarter? No, there's a timeout.
No.
We will have T-Kraz from 95.3 WDAE, 6:20 a.m. He will be on. We'll get his thoughts about the game, ask him a couple things, and preview the overtime show as well.
Matt, the timeout looks like it's due to an injury on the Eagles side of the field. Jalen Carter, their defensive tackle, looks like he was hurt.
Big time. So we get one of those odd, disjointed, like, hey, we have a commercial now because it's an injury, and then one play will run off, and then we'll get to a second play.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 2 plays. I think 54 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. So a couple there, but then we'll have T-Kraz on.
Yes, we will. Oh, my God. He's wide open. Brian S., thanks for the update, says Brian S., 23-17, Falcons over the Saints. Raging Brisket. I like that name. Says, interesting how White always gets hung out to dry by the O-line on his runs. Okay, finally. Back at it. Also, we got a $4.99 super chat from Hammy Actual who says, and thank you very much, Hammy Actual, says, are they forcing Rashad carries at this point? Bucky is just so much better. I mean, both guys are important. I don't think they're forcing it by any means. It's just it hasn't worked that way.
So Hammy, I'll encourage you to go and take a look at an article I wrote earlier this week for Pewter Report. The two backs are very successful in similar situations, and they're both poor in other situations, and that's specifically the types of runs that are being called. The difference in their yards per carry largely comes down to Rachaad White is getting all of the calls for the poorly blocked runs, which are zone runs, and Bucky is getting a disproportionate number of the calls that the offensive line does a good job blocking, which are the gap runs. But really the issue isn't the back. The issue is the running scheme. So what you're hoping for, regardless of the back, is that the Bucs run more gap because that's where they've been really good, and less zone, and that's when they've been terrible. And that's for both backs. So
I just thought it was Graham Barden hates Rachaad White. But
it could be that.
No, that's not the case.
Rachaad White did play a rookie. Ooh. How did he get out of that?
Oh, my God. It's going to be a holding, but wow.
It might be offsetting.
Yeah.
It might be offsetting. It looks like the Eagles maybe get flagged in the back or in the secondary. While the Bucs are probably going to take a holding. Out of that scrum.
Wild. And Jalen Carter is going to the locker room. Yeah, offsides on the Eagles. That penalty's declined. Holding on the Eagles, that's accepted, and that is a Tampa Bay first down. So no holding on the Bucs, which is crazy to see. The Bucs will certainly take it. Let's look at the replay again. Yeah, I mean, he just straight up tackled him. You're not allowed to do that.
Also, Matt tweeted from a good friend of ours, Greg Allman over at Fox Sports. He's since deleted it, but Devin White, who is inactive today, retweeted a tweet about Levante David's forced fumble against his own current team.
Oh, goodness. We'll get T-Kraz's thoughts on that in just a moment. We're going to bring in our friend T-Kraz momentarily. But first, let's hear a message from our friends over at Walk-Ons.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Yeah, check out Walk-Ons. There are several locations, 3 in the Tampa Bay area, 1 over by Wesley Chapel, and 1 pretty close to Raymond James Stadium over at Midtown. I love going to Walk-Ons. They have happy hour every single day during the week, including all day on Tuesdays. They have $5 Tito's on that Tuesday happy hour as well. Great drink deals. Huge fan of the starters as well. The fried pickles is fantastic. Boom Boom Shrimp doesn't get much better than that. And their wings are fantastic. So make sure you check out Walk-Ons. I'll be there pretty soon. I'll probably watch the Mets lose and get eliminated from postseason play. But nonetheless, tons of TVs. Great time over at Walk-On. So make sure you check it out soon. All right, joining us on the show now, kind enough to give us some time, is Tom Krasnicki, a.k.a. T-Kraz. Tom, how's it going? What are your thoughts on this game so far? And also, your thoughts on Devin White? Give a shout-out to Levante David.
Oh, Devin. Devin, never stop being you, buddy. Now, he and Levante are very close, as you guys know. I think that is where he was coming from. But you shouldn't be retweeting plays that are happening against your own team. Game-changing plays, potentially. And that was another great play by 5-4. That ball hit the ground? Boy, that was close.
That was close. Rashad White, probably his most explosive play since, week 1 against Washington? But T-Kraz, are you more impressed right now with how the offense has been able to move the ball throughout the game, or the way that the Bucs defense has kind of stepped up today?
I'm more impressed with the offense. And the reason why I say that, guys, is, first game, the element of surprise against Washington. Nobody knew what a Liam Cohen offense was going to look like. And they came out to rave reviews. Next 2 weeks after that, not so much. So they needed to go back to the drawing board. And this morning on Countdown to Kickoff, I do the 3 keys to the game, and it's always fun to look back at it. And Mike was almost in a fear there. So key number 1, get 13 involved. And they did. I thought that was really big that they got Mike Evans involved early. He caught the touchdown to cap off an opening drive, which we haven't seen since the Trump administration. Number 2, forcing Hurts to throw, which they've done here and there. But number 3, the fast start. And going right down the field, opening drive touchdown. I thought that was really big for the Bucs, and that got them going.
They replicated it in the second half too, T-Kraz. I mean, obviously the Eagles had their touchdown drive, which kind of brought them back in the game. But to see the offense then respond in kind with a long touchdown drive of their own was huge in terms of momentum shift, don't you think?
Without question, Josh. And that was a big drive, even though the extra point gets blocked and returned for 2, which is something you don't see like ever. This has been a weird game. Missed tackles, drop passes. It's like 1,000 degrees out there. As you guys mentioned, Jalen Carter just left the game. Heat exhaustion, dehydration is certainly taking its toll. The Bucs have to figure out a way to run this clock out, run the football, keep the Eagles on the field. They've been on the field all day. And if they do that, they should be able to come away with the win.
Speaking of the running game, I found it quite interesting. I thought the Bucs did a great job stopping Saquon Barkley in the first half, really, because I think it was a team effort, because the Bucs jumped out to the lead where the Eagles said, all right, we can't run the ball. Then Saquon had that big run to start the second half. But overall, I think it's been a somewhat solid job containing the Eagles' best player on the field today with their wide receivers out. Despite the one big run by Saquon. But your thoughts about that area specifically?
Yeah, look, that was an area that I was concerned about coming in, and the Bucs, outside of that 59-yarder, the first play of the second half, they've done a nice job of containing Saquon, taking away some of those gaps, because that's what he does, man. He sees some daylight. He hit it, as you saw in the first play, and he can take it the distance. So I think the Bucs defense done a good job, and we're seeing how much they miss Vita Vea. I mean, he was an absolute monster throughout this game. He sacked Hurts early. He's getting pressure. He's stopping the run. Vita Vea has been really big today for the Bucs.
And then on the other side of the ball, T-Kraz, the Bucs running game. You haven't seen as many of those really kind of out there end around jet sweep runs. That is really where they've had almost all of their success through the first 3 weeks. But just your run of the mill, up the middle, a lot of gap stuff, and both backs with over 5 yards per carry so far through the game. What have been your thoughts on the Bucs run game?
Yeah, that's what you want to see, Josh. Look, I think there's room for both guys, Rashad White and Bucky Irving, to live in this backfield. You need 2 running backs to exist in today's NFL anyways. Nobody's got a Saquon or a Christian McCaffrey, sitting, in their garage. So you're going to need both guys. And I think what Todd Bowles said right before the season, leading up to the season opener, was kind of a giveaway. Then Liam Cohen walked it back when Todd said, we're going to go with the hot hand approach. And Liam's like, oh, we're going to use both guys and we'll see. So they don't want any, any strategy or strategic type of maneuvers out there for the other team. But I think it should be a hot hand approach. And I think Bucky Irving should be the guy that leads the way. He's clearly the better natural runner.
By the way, Chase McLaughlin hit a 52-yard field goal, so the Bucs extend their lead to 33-16. Last one from me. I'm curious how you feel about the Bucs tight end position, because Cade Otton has had his moments in today's game. But in my opinion, I feel like Payne Durham should get involved a little bit more, because Otton, you can pepper him with the football, but he just doesn't provide much as a receiver. Like, he only catches it if he's wide open. He doesn't break tackles. He had the fumble last week. But how do you feel about maybe getting Payne Durham involved more, or just kind of like what you've seen from Cade Otton?
I think Cade's a solid player, 5 for 38 today. I just don't think, guys, that the tight end is a really big part of the Liam Cohen offense. At least to this point, we haven't seen that be the case. They're running a lot of, 11 personnel with 3 receivers on the field, and I think that's the staple of this offense. That's what you're going to see moving forward. By the way, I don't know how you guys feel, but, did we turn back the clock to like 2019, 2020 with Sterling Shepard? I mean, 3 big catches today for 51 yards. I mean, where did this come from?
And at a position where the Bucs have had some struggles for the first 3 games. Neither Jalen McMillan or Trey Palmer have looked fantastic, although Palmer did have the touchdown in the first quarter before having to leave the game with a concussion. Shepard, I'd want him up, as many times as the practice squad will allow. I think it's three elevations total. I'd be putting him as a game day hat for the next couple of weeks and seeing if he doesn't just earn his way onto this roster.
I think you're right, Josh, and I would bet that he's going to be up for Thursday. It's a short week. You had Jalen McMillan hurt his hamstring during practice. I don't think he's going to be ready for Thursday. That's what I'm hearing, at least. So the concussion suffered by Trey Palmer on a short week, I'm going to bet on him not playing this week too. So I think Sterling Shepard is wide receiver 3 going into Atlanta on Thursday.
Yeah, plus Mike Evans dinged up his knee in this game. So lots of injuries along that front, and he's going to be a crucial part for the Bucs, at least in the near term. I agree with you.
Yeah, man. Guys, I don't know how you feel, but I have never seen the injury bug hit, not the Bucs, every team in the NFL in the first 4 weeks. It's incredible how many injuries that every team is dealing with. So it's not just a Bucs problem. It's an NFL problem. It's crazy.
You're absolutely right. It's kind of become a war of attrition. I mean, we're watching a game right now where the Eagles don't have their top 2 wide receivers, who are some of the best receivers in the league. And then the NFC South, the offensive lines of every single team, the Falcons, the Saints, the Bucs, are dropping like flies. So it's absolutely crazy. And I don't really know what the remedy is. Like, if you play them more in the preseason, then you risk that injury in the preseason. There's no reps like live reps. So I don't know the answer to it. But T-Kraz, we appreciate your time joining the show today. You have the overtime show coming up right after the Bucs game. Hopefully the Bucs hold on and win this one. But, hey, it's certainly a bounce back from how they looked against Denver.
They look much better today, and we'll discuss it. The overtime show will be on the air right after the conclusion of the Bucs game. We'll take phone calls, and we'll have thoughts on what we saw today, what to expect Thursday night in Atlanta. The post-game pressers of Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield, will have those as well on the overtime show. 95.3 on the FM side only, because we got Rays coverage until the Rays game ends, and then we'll be on 95.3, AM 620, the app. We'll be streaming the show, all of that. The overtime show coming up right after the game ends, guys.
Everybody, make sure you check it out. T-Kraz, thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you again soon.
Boys, keep up the great work. My pleasure.
Thank you. By the way, you heard him talking about the Thursday night game coming up. We will have the Pewter pregame show at 9 o'clock on October 3rd when that game gets rolling. Of course, the Pewter Game Day show coming up at 8:15 as well. It'll be myself and TBD. But nonetheless, looking forward to a Thursday night game, because that also means that we have Sunday off, and I don't hate that. So, Eagles moving the ball a little bit. And we have a Super
Yeah,
Bowl to get to as well. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say that last play to Grant Calcaterra, KJ Britt just out of position in zone coverage with Servassier Dennis. I haven't seen him back out on the field here for the second half. The Eagles are going to be able to kind of pick on Britt, his lack of athleticism. He can't move in space very well, and they're going to target that area of the field, especially with their best receiving threat, Dallas Goedert. That's where he does most of his work.
We have a super chat of $4.99 from Hammy Actual. Thank you very much, Hammy, who says, weird question. Who do we want to win, the Saints or the Falcons? I don't think this is a weird question at all. It's actually a conversation that I had with Greg Allman of Fox.
With another sack. Sorry.
Levante David. No, please interrupt me at any time when it's specifically when it's involved with Levante David making great plays. So please interrupt me. And next time, just be like, Matt, you ignorant slut. Shut up. Levante David is making a big play. Anyway, thanks to Hammy Action with this $4.99 super chat. I think it's probably better if the Falcons win because you play them this week. So you can still get a game up on them while kind of leveling out the playing field with the Saints dropping to 2-2. And then you play the Saints the next week. So I would say the Falcons, though I think it's fine either way. Bucs sending the house. Jalen Hurts escapes.
Oh, and he looks
not
like
going to have room for 20 yards. Ooh, he looked kind of slow getting up.
Yeah, he looked like he pulled up lame there. And I think you got an illegal block in the back. Oh, holding on Tyler Steen.
We're going to accept the penalty.
Yep, right there, holding JTS.
Yes. Pin a rose on your nose. JTS making a play.
3rd and 29. I hate to say it, but it is fairly true. The Bucs are not out of the woods on 3rd and 29.
I just get worried in these situations, like stupid little like ticky-tack holding penalties or things of that nature. Oh my God, come on, Breeze, catch the ball. The Bucs do blitz regardless. Oh my God, he's right there. Yeah, ball. Who's got it? I think the Eagles got it, but I think that's a sack. Oh my God, we haven't been able.
It's definitely a sack.
Was that who I think it is? Was that Yaya Diaby?
It was Yaya.
Let's see.
Diaby.
Hell yeah. That's Yaya. All right. So first of all, we're going to play this. And next, we're going to put on a graphic as Cameron Johnson, returns the punt. We are going to put up a graphic that we've highlighted here and there, but haven't been able to use that much because of the production of Yaya Diaby. But that's a sack for Sub-Zero Yaya Diaby. Finding the football, knocking it out. It doesn't have to be a tackle to be a sack. So Yaya gets his first of the season, hopefully with a lot more to come. Hell yeah. Let's get to a couple of super chats, shall we? By the way, got to put up the fourth quarter. 4's up, by the way. Yep.
Fourth quarter leading by 17. These are super duper chats.
Yeah. Couple super chats. Reffish, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says if Cam catches that touchdown pass, the game is over. Yeah, I mean, should have caught it. It was right to him.
I think at this point the game is over, but it could have been over
Yes.
well.
And Redfish with another super chat. Thank you very much for $1.99 super chat. Says, and now Matt's doing SNL. I'm very happy to host if I need to.
That's great.
Be a host among the likes of Bad Bunny and Sydney Sweeney. So I would be more than happy to host SNL.
It was a fantastic Aykroyd.
Thank you. The Blues Brothers. Never actually seen that movie.
It's really good. You should.
I'll put it on the list. All right, let's take another look around the league with us. You know what? No, we're not going to take a look around the league. We're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Bucs cruise. Now,
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course we're playing pool volleyball.
Hey, we on the Bucs cruise, of course. Anytime I say Tampa, they will say Bay. Tampa! Hey!
Tampa!
We're on the Bucs cruise. Of course, I've got my Super Bowl 37 hardware. What do you think?
We're on the Bucs cruise, and of course we had a pirate night. Arr!
Arr!
it's going to be a blast on the Tampa Bay Bucs cruise, which takes place March 7th through the 10th on the Celebrity Silhouette ship. Excuse me. It's a 3-night cruise going from Fort Lauderdale to Key West and Bimini in the Bahamas. Going to be a ton of great autograph opportunities with players like Rashad White. Yaya Diaby is confirmed for this as well. Mike Allstott will be there. A lot of other Bucs legends and current Bucs players. There's autograph opportunities, raise the flag, sail away parties, VIP parties, a water volleyball challenge, Bucs trivia, and a lot more. So reserve your cabin today at TampaBayBucsCruise.com or call 1-800-975-7112.
Matt, I
Bucs
think
start this next drive. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think Kate Otten heard you talking about how he can't create yards after a catch. And just
broke a tackle there.
Yeah.
A nice shot of Tom Brady and Tom Moore chatting it up.
Just a couple of old guys.
We have a $5 super chat from Blackout, who also has a blackout as their picture. But thank you very much. Who says, I was on the road the entire game. Can I have a brief summary? LOL. Yeah, so the Bucs got the ball first and scored a touchdown for the first time on their opening drive in, I think, about 24 or 25 games. Defensively, they did a fantastic, terrific job of just limiting the Eagles from doing anything. The Eagles did not have a yard of offense in the first quarter. Bucs jumped out to a big lead. They got Mike Evans involved early. Chris Godwin continued to do what Chris Godwin does. The run games looked pretty good with Bucky Irving. Rashad White's done some things as well. And when the Bucs jump out to a great lead, the defense can settle in. That pass was tipped. Chris Godwin tried to make a one-handed catch, and it did not work out, so the Bucs will have to punt. But yeah, that's pretty much how it went, Josh. I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be added, but yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Thank you. We have another super chat. Thank you to Cincy Kid, who says, Bucs styling and profiling. Way to go, Bucs. Woo! I'm sure Ric Flair is watching the game today. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Cincy Kid. Fair catch by the Eagles. They'll get it a little after the 20.
39-yard punt.
Not great. Also, again, I said this before, but it bears repeating. I hate Tom Brady's outfit. I absolutely hate his outfit. I like Tom, the person, the quarterback. I think he'll get better as a broadcaster. He's doing silly little things right now. I just hate his outfit. For a guy that's, essentially a future billionaire, terrible outfit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's well known that you have a personal vendetta against Tom Brady's stylist.
Yes, I do. He should be wearing the creamsicle jersey that he wore back in 2022.
Jordan White.
Oh, Jordan Whitehead bit on the pump fake. Damn.
Oh,
damn,
man.
Daniel. Justin says, wow, Tom talking about why he chose Tampa. It was between Tampa and Chicago in the end. That's wild. It's going to hurt Bears fans, too. Second and 10. Tyke Smith blitzes. Anthony Nelson was back in coverage. He ends up making the tackle.
That was some good flexibility from Nelson, and I usually give him a hard time about his athleticism. That was pretty good.
Third and 3. They run it with Gainwell. First down for the Eagles, but I'm sure the Bucs have no problem with them wanting to tackle or wanting to run the ball.
Can you give us a Berman tick, 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 tick?
Tick, 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 tick.
What?
Oh, what?
That was 2 different Bucs flailing on the front end of the play, and I didn't see who exactly got pressure. I think it might have been Tyke. Just kind of.
I thought it was Whitehead.
It might have been just kind of flopped down in front of Jalen Hurts, and then it looked like Levante kind of tripped and flailed his arm.
I think the sun got in Levante's eyes. Those Betty Davis eyes. Second and 10, 6:45 to go in the game. Well, 6:48, but we'll get there soon.
Chris Braswell almost got there.
Braswell! Oh, all's well that Braswell's. And Tyke Smith makes a nice tackle on, I think that was Dallas Goddard.
Not good dare, Josh. It's football, not fancy.
So another third down situation. Vita Vea lined up as a linebacker next to Levante David.
Off-ball linebacker.
I love it. Off-ball defensive tackle. Now Vita rushes. Damn, if he would have stayed in coverage. They've done that before.
Yeah.
But just funny to see. Optically, it's very funny. KJ Britt on the blitz. Logan Hall. Deck the halls with bounds of sacks. Logan Hall. That wasn't my best one. But Logan Hall gets the sack on first down. And that gives us a moment to do this. Second and 15, 5 minutes to go.
That's a pick.
They are rushing on the edge.
Dean, that's a pick.
Don't make a scene. Do not make a scene as Dean is taking it the other way. The flag is thrown. He's going to take it to the crib for a pick 6. Oh, my goodness. Jamel Dean. I think it's going to be an illegal block in the back, but regardless, that interception
still a turnover.
Do not make a scene. Don't do it.
Oh, no. Oh.
We were so close to making a scene.
I think we technically did, just in error.
Justin says Butterfingers Dean. Now, how does it work? Like, because if it's a penalty on the, say it's an illegal block in the back penalty, is it just taken away if the interception's incomplete? I guess it is.
No, the illegal block in the back happened after the interception, so all it would do is return the ball to wherever that happened and then penalize them the yard.
Yeah.
Then they can actually take a look at the pick itself if it's being challenged and then potentially just overcall it or over.
Yeah, it looks like they may call it on Kenneth Gainwell for kind of diving at Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. You'll see this penalty. It's a lot of the time it's with a quarterback that throws a pick, and they're just trying to. Well, I guess JTS probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, maybe he was pushing him for Gainwell doing the thing. Incomplete pass. Dang.
So then a personal foul.
JTS, your golden boy.
Looks like they're offsetting. So we made a big scene for an incomplete pass with offsetting penalties that don't at all. Wow. So 3rd and 15.
Yeah. Looks like it. Hurts with a screen pass.
Zion McCollum is
Zion.
A top 5 player at his position right now.
Hell yeah.
Just elite.
So the Eagles got to go for it. I mean.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say at this point, this is the game. I mean, it's already pretty well out of hand, but this is it.
It has to be.
And here comes Nelly.
Hey, Nelly. Jalen Hurts is going down, baby.
Oh.
So some people are saying it's Trask time. Are we going to get Kyle Trask?
Ooh.
Yes.
Quarterback controversy.
I want to see Kyle Trask so Tom Brady can just be like, yeah, Trask was a teammate of mine for 3 years. Good kid, hard worker. Really happy for Kyle to get this moment. Ooh, Sam MC saying the Saints scored. So what does that make that game?
23-17 is where NFL Jesus has it.
I have Saints +3. I also have the under in Steelers. Oh, Mike Evans with a catch. Yeah, he does not look 100%. I have the under in Steelers Colts. That ain't hidden. Get rid of it, Aaron. Yeah, 3:55 to go left in the Bucs Eagles game, which is over. Saints took the lead, 24-23.
Oh, yep. I now have that.
The Falcons high key stink. They stink. They're overrated.
Did you hear that?
No, sorry. The screen froze on you and you were like wiping your glass, so you just looked like this.
Oh, that's great. I hope everybody got to see me frozen in time like that. I was going to say, the Falcons probably should have beat the Chiefs, right?
So
maybe they don't stink.
They stink. Well, okay, but then they also shouldn't have beaten the Eagles.
Yeah. But that would have just given them a higher quality win and the same record.
Yeah, of one win. They're not terrible. Like, obviously, I'm being a little facetious with me saying that they stink, but I also do believe that they are kind of overrated. Like, Kirk Cousins is a statue. He can't move. He does not have the moves like Jagger. Second and foe the Bucs. Baker Mayfield taking his sweet time.
Rashad got the corner.
And they run it. Rashad cuts it to the outside, stays in bounds. Football IQ, smart play.
That cost him 1,000 yards last year?
It did, yes. He spoke about that.
How many times
shook him to his core?
Yeah, how many times did he go down at the end of the game and forwent extra yards just because it was the right thing to do for the game situation?
You okay? We got a super chat from Nicola Legistina. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Who says Cohen learning from mistakes, unlike Byron and Canales. Wow. Rock's Review says, who would have thought Baker would throw 50 passes? Yeah, he's thrown 47 times. Holy smokes. And the Bucs have 100 rushing yards on the dot. Oh, Mike Evans is so close to 100 yards. He's at 94. 8 catches, 94 yards, and a tutty. Chris Godwin, 6 for 69. Very nice. And hit the over on his receiving yards. Kate Otten, 52 receiving yards. I did not hit the over on his, or I did not hit the under on his receiving yards. Rachaad White as well, 37 rushing yards. I believe it was 35 and a half. So unfortunately, did not get that as well. But that's good news for the Bucs. So who cares about what I think?
In other news, my fantasy team looks like it's going to go down. Not because they didn't do good, but because my opponent had Brian Thomas Jr., who has a touchdown for the Jags.
Yeah, I have him too.
Yeah, and Kyron Williams, who has put up 94 rushing yards, 4 catches for 10 receiving yards. That's an extra 5 points in our league and a touchdown. Those PPRs, they'll get you.
Yeah.
Looks like Chicago's going to beat the Rams. Yep, they just did.
Seems like it, yeah.
Let's see here. Atlanta has the ball down 24-23 with 23 seconds left on the clock. They are currently at the New Orleans 40. Kirk Cousins just missed Drake London on a deep pass.
Overrated.
Eagles wide receivers, 12 targets, 7 catches, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Bucs wide receivers, 32 targets, 20 catches, 240 yards, and a touchdown. I think actually more than, is it Baker has 1, Bucky has 1, Evans has 1. So it's just, yeah, I think that's it.
Hand out to Rachaad White, bobbled the exchange, but gets about 5 yards.
2nd and 10 for Atlanta on the New Orleans 40. Kirk Cousins pass incomplete deep right to Darnell Mooney. So if they're on the New Orleans 40, that's a 57-yarder for Young Ho Koo, and it's indoors. Oh, that's right. Trey Palmer. Thank you, Nikhil Sharma. So 2 touchdowns for Bucs receivers. 3rd and 10, Kirk Cousins pass incomplete as well.
Damn. Overrated. Another handoff to Sexy Chad. He will get the first down, and that'll do it.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd be remiss if I also didn't give a shout out to our friends over at. Where are you? Where are you? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, thought it was in there. Guess it's not. Shout out to BetUS. Our there we are. Shout out to BetUS, our sponsors of the Pewter Gameday show. As the Bucs get into victory formation, we want to be victorious in our bets as well. And there's no better place to bet than over at BetUS. They have the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 125%. BetUS offers its members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including the NFL, UFC, and Major League Baseball. They give very fast payouts and are the best with exceptional customer service. So log into betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's betus.com and 800-79-BETUS. Use the promo code Pewter, Pewter. BetUS, where the game begins. All right, that's going to do it. The Bucs have won. Go ahead, Josh.
Real quick, sorry, just because it just happened. Young Hoku hits a 58-yarder. The Falcons beat the Saints and a last-second field goal, 26-24. And so
Saints cover +3. Saints cover +3. So yeah, that is good news. That's good news for the Bucs. And yeah, they play each other on Thursday. So the Buccaneers have defeated the Philadelphia Eagles, a big-time win for Tampa Bay, getting back on track. They're 3-1 for the season. We will have the Pewter post-game show coming up in a little bit. Here's the title, everybody. Tampa Bay, Bucs bash the Eagles. A great bounce-back game for the Buccaneers. And right before we head out, we got to play the most important video of them all, which is that the Bucs win. All right, that's going to do it for us on today's show. Appreciate everybody for watching. A lot of fun. Also, got a late super chat from David S. Thank you for the $3 super chat, David, who says 3 words. Welcome back, Vita. He was a huge force in this game. There's no doubt about it. So, for Josh Queipo, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next week for early on Thursday. We'll see you on Thursday for another Pewter Game Day show. Out.